Hey, we the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing His business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, His goodness He given. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The Spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin and repent of your crimes. Endure to the end, keep your faith and you're fine.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Hey.
Hey, we the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing His business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, His goodness He given. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The Spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin and repent of your crimes. Endure to the end, keep your faith and you're fine.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Hey.
Hey, we the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing His business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, His goodness He given. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking.
Chapter 119, verse 142. Read. Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
Shalom, shalom, Israel, shalom, Most High Christ bless, Most High Christ bless. Welcome to Patient Saints Radio 2.0 Radio. Hey, I'm Captain Shemaiah.
I'm also Alyssa.
I'm Carmela.
Hanan.
That's what we got.
Is that it?
Dream Team.
Ben.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 missing seats on PSR this morning.
4 and impossible.
It's so hard to say good. Everybody abandoned us, y'all. But nah, they all doing the work of the Lord, man. Shout out to Deacon Malachi.
Right.
Shout out.
Clap,
Man,
clap,
we can't get no.
noise.
Hey, listen. Oh, hold on, real quick. We're not only short on the crew side, but we're short on the back. What's that?
Tech
background
team.
team side. You
Behind the curtain.
see how
Behind
long
the
it took to
scenes.
get some applause? That Jew operating 3 computers by himself.
Yeah, octopus.
He said, headphones? Okay, be back. Oh, you need a sound effect? hey, but we're going to get it done this morning by the grace of the Most High God, man.
Praise.
But also shout out to Captain Amaziah.
Round up.
Look,
Clap.
he
Clap button.
looking for the button.
He wolfed it.
It's going to be one of them shows, y'all. It's
He
going to
wolfed
be
it.
one of those shows. Shout out to Captain REA.
Big Judah.
Hey,
Clap.
hey, Cap might get offended. You had a wolf, but you ain't have a lion? You couldn't find it?
He like, I don't know. He like, I don't know what that one
This is my
is.
first day on this computer. I don't know what to do with them sound effects. We got also Sister
Dick.
Neama, Slim Malicious.
Yeah.
Shout out to her as well.
Everybody
No,
sick.
no
When they-
applause, no nothing.
Sick.
I got you sick.
She got you slim.
Huh?
She got you slim.
I think one of her children is sick.
Yeah. And as well as Sister Elishaba as well. I don't know why I call her that. Her name is Leah.
Illishiba.
I don't know what I'm thinking. But all praise to the Most High, man. Shout out to the tech team who's able to be in the building this morning. And all of you all for tuning in, man. Make sure you share the feed. Share the feed. You know, I know we're not broadcasting from the normal PSR platform. This is the IUIC Atlanta Burning 2.0 page. So make sure you share that, subscribe to the page, hit that notification bell so that you're aware of every time we're online or video drops or anything like that, man. So just want to give a big shout out to, like I said, to the deacon, to the captains, to all the officers out there doing the work of the Lord, man. It's a mighty work to be done, man.
Right.
And shout out to Bishop Nathaniel for that class.
Shout out.
Deacon Malachi went in.
Yeah, it's got spirits
Captain
on it.
Yadin went in. And Captain Josiah went in yesterday. So all praises for the Most High giving us all of these teachers, man. Because
For the teachers.
let me tell you something. As Bishop was going through class yesterday, and I'm gonna give my shout outs to where I was yesterday, and who I was with as well. But while he's going through the class, Bishop Yaosab said, "Who is teaching like this in all of Israel?"
Right.
Israel.
And in all of Israel,
I'm so,
in all of Israel, who is teaching like that?
nah, nobody.
Nobody, bro. Can I get that keep sweat bite?
Nobody.
Hey, baby.
Somebody find that. We need to put that in the queue of sounds. I know it's your first day on sound effects. I know it's your first day on the job, but we need to find that, sample it, and play that for the people because just the the clear understanding, just the whether it be the dark sentences or making it or bringing it up to today as well, the comparison between history and modern day and the repeating thereof, like all of that makes sense now.
Yeah.
What I really appreciate about class last night was the end. When Bishop gave solutions.
Right.
So he gave us the dark sentences, he gave us the deep parables, but then he said, listen, this is how you can really fix your life.
That's a good point.
That's what I was about to say.
You see what I'm saying?
It was informative to a applicable standard.
Wait,
So
what's that? What's that?
Applicable. That means able to
Listen,
apply.
you can't be country and use big words at the same time. Like, you gotta pick one side,
Man,
bruh.
but it was youthful, shouting.
That's more
It
like
was usable.
It was useful. You know what I'm saying? He told you what your problem was, then he was like, here, this what you can fix it with. I'm like,
how
bro,
he
he went
fixed
through every kind of spirit, bro. I was like,
Yeah.
How Bishop gave levels of the spirits, man.
Yeah.
Damn. That was some heavy stuff, man.
Yeah,
that was
it
some
was.
heavy stuff. Glory to the Most High God. For that one, can we get some applause?
yeah.
Bishop Nathaniel?
Bishop be everywhere too, man. He all over YouTube. He all on. I mean,
Hey.
people traveling to come
Yes.
see him now. They're like, man,
Yes.
let's go see what this man talking.
Yes.
Man, a brother, like, yesterday, people saying, hey, we been watching y'all. Like, bro, it's people all over that's like,
last night when we was at that fuel stop,
Yes.
there was a brother, well, a cop, because he said, we was, whatever. He was like, hey, when y'all gonna bring y'all leader down here? I said, because you never realize how famous
Right.
these men really are.
right.
You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people really, they have interacted with our leadership to the point where they're really famous, bro.
Right.
They are really known
Absolutely.
across the world.
We was walking to the camp spot yesterday. A brother swerved through the cone. Hey, I've been watching y'all, boy. Y'all got a powerful movement going. We like, this man just swerved in the middle of traffic. Like,
He said pedestrians didn't matter at this point.
he pulled up to
Nothing
the
matters.
median like it wasn't nothing, brother.
Yeah.
Like,
But that gospel moving though.
Yes.
That
there's
gospel is
people
moving.
everywhere watching and
So it's-
seeing.
it's effective, bro.
That'd be the crazy part though, because we whether it's a class or a leadership on somebody else's platform, and then you go to the comments. Me, I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. I go to the comments, because we want to interact, make sure we put something in there. But once you get there, then you begin to scroll, and then you start to see the dementedness of some of our people, where all they can do is naysay. But you have never seen nothing like this since you've been alive. Nope.
With zero solutions.
Right.
No
solution.
No solution. Like, bro, you ain't seen nothing like this since the Black Panthers, and you ain't even was allowed to see it.
Right.
You heard about it, but you're seeing it physically. You're seeing it with your own eyes. And the only thing you can say is, yeah, they twisting the Bible. Yeah, they doing this. Oh, that's a cult. Oh, who? I was like, what cult you ever seen out in the public saying, come to one of these many various places that we have set up for you to fix yourself. Come to it.
Right.
What? Nah.
I saw a lot of that in the O Block comments for the O Block Blitz in Chicago. I saw a lot of that, and there were a lot of people who said, "Listen, I don't agree with what they teach, but in all honesty, I think I screenshotted some of them too. In all honesty, no one is doing what they're doing for the community." Right. And at the end of the day, just for the work's sake, give me that believe for the work's sake. It's like Matthew. It's early part of Matthew. It's John? John 14. Yep.
John chapter 14, verse 11. Believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father is in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake.
The work speaks for itself. You'll be able to really see who Christ is dwelling in and amongst. It's going to be evident because the work is going to precede everyone else's. Because remember, there are even others claiming to be prophets, others claiming to be even the Christ. There's others claiming to do this. There's others claiming to be the second to Christ. So you should have the works. The works are going to precede you. The work, and it's not just for a time, but the works preceded Christ from the time his ministry started until the time he gave himself for the children of Israel. That work never dwindled, and him dwelling on when he first came in, started preaching the gospel 3 years ago. No, that's not how it worked. Christ's works preceded him from the time he started his ministry, from his first miracle. From his first miracle, his works proceeded.
Right.
And it continued to grow, and it continued to spread, and his gospel continued to be noised abroad. Despite when he told them, tell no man, they still went and told everybody.
You think he told them that because knowing what they was going to do?
Come on.
He was like, tell nobody.
Exactly.
I cleaned your leprosy.
That's
it. He did. Look at me, boy.
And you know what? And that's how most of us feel. Because when we go back to these communities like O Block, when we teach in Southwest Atlanta, these are areas that we all came from.
Right.
And when we last year we went up to New York, and I'm teaching in a spot where I was every single day. So like we're like that leprous man.
Right.
Like, yo, look what I came out of. Look how we're healed. That we can come back and actually heal those who are still in those same communities. So just for the work's sake, just for that alone, you gotta believe for that. Because who else is cleaning up our communities physically and spiritually? Who else is doing it? Nobody.
See, and that's kind of where I was. My brain was going when we see those negative comments, and sometimes that can be discouraging. Like, bro, our people are tripping. Like, bro, you've never seen nothing where you can get this many men in an area or community cleanups or sit downs with pastors, but then you get the I've been watching y'all for years. Y'all doing a powerful thing. And you know, then maybe the Lord just send them little boosters to kind of keep you, you know, in the game. Like, look, you saw the negative, but there are many that's listening, that's here, that's hearkening.
Yes.
They changing little by little, repenting little by little. And like y'all always say, we don't even know how many are out there.
Right. And the Lord is not going to reveal that to us.
I was looking at the class yesterday. A couple of weeks ago, it was $144K for the Israelite in the classroom, the big platform with Bishop teach on.
Okay.
So I'm looking, I'm like, there's 145,000 subscribers to this page alone. Yeah. Not to mention the 8,000, 7 something that was watching just
live.
Like, you like, bro, that's a lot of people that we have no idea about.
And that's not even including those who didn't subscribe.
Right.
They just watch it.
There's a lot of people who just don't subscribe. They'll just search it.
Look, they don't even subscribe to it. It's right in their search block because they go to it so much. They just hit search and right to the class. You don't even know they there. So, you know, sometimes that thing, it is a boost when we see it and we hear brothers and sisters that, you know, have recognized, whether they recognize the leadership, you know, or just, like you say, the works that's being done, period. That thing is a boost. You be like, man, golly, like, bro, it's really people out here that's hearing and repenting.
Because you got to even think, like, a lot of our people, especially if you're on Clubhouse, you can hear a lot of our people talking about how the church has been lying to us for years. But who's actually speaking up against those lies? Nobody. You just stop going. You sit at home and watch Sunday football, and you just stay to yourself. No, those lies have to be repelled and combated somehow. Somebody has to do it. All of these religions. Now you have this other false religion, talking mess. Well, it's really just one guy. He's really nobody. Talking mess now. And it's like, bruh, again, you're living in a moment where you had a bit of glory, where there was nothing else for our people to really cleave to during that time. And, you know, Malcolm was a powerful brother. I have many of his books, read up on him extensively. But the point is who is really doing that today? Who is moving the people? Who is bringing solutions to the people? Because let me say this. Shout out to Bishop Yawasop. Shout out to Captain Gedaliah. All of IUIC, Jackson, Mississippi. We were in Mississippi yesterday for a youth violence and conflict resolution seminar, right? And it was very impacting because there were many of our communities that were able to do what you just made mention of. Were able to express about the works being done, able to express that they're watching. Many people say they've been watching, and I'm talking about in rural Mississippi, they're watching. And even an event like that, even an gathering like that, like who else is really doing that? Because they'll gather together to repel youth violence, but they're gonna play violent music. The DJ at these events is gonna play violent music, which what do you call it? Not intensifies, which entice our young people to do the violence you're trying to repel.
Say you at the
It's counterproductive.
They playing whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Get him.
We had a youth violence rally, or you know whatever that our people will put together, but the stuff you're playing is Pound Town.
Oh,
your coochie red and your booty hole brown.
Wow.
What the hell?
Shout out to Officer Aiden.
Who heard it for the first time yesterday. But this because this was popular. That she went to a high school the other day and the kids went bananas. So you have these rallies for the youth and you're counterproductive. It's extremely counterproductive. So the one I went to yesterday with Bishop Yawasop, Captain Gedaliah, Captain Emmanuel, Captain Dakar, and Captain Soraya was very good, because not only were the solutions given by the community, but they really got the biblical solutions. And you can see a lot of aha or lights flickering on when the light bulb goes off. People are getting it. As Bishop Yawasop spoke, they were getting it. They were getting it. They were getting it. I know you was holding down camp. A lot of people came up to y'all as well.
Yep, sure did. One thing I wanted to touch on with that music thing, right? Because we was asking the brothers and sisters that was out there, because we was at like a nearby gas station, right, holding camp. And then we would ask them, what do you think about gun violence? Like, what is your emotions about gun violence? They don't like it.
Right.
Then you ask them, what's your favorite artist? NBA YoungBoy.
Lil Shoot Shoot.
Lil Pum Pum.
Lil Uzi.
You don't make no sense. You are a walking oxymoron.
Right.
That's what you are. You are being entertained by gun violence, but yet you say it's bad. Which one is it?
Big Draco be spitting.
Right. Big Draco, big bullet.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
They call him 223.
Yeah. Crazy, bro.
But yeah, it's extremely counterproductive. And our people don't realize it. They don't realize that that's a direct link with the music changes your spirit. What's that? 1 Samuel
16.
16? Thank you. And then 1 Corinthians 15:33. The music has the ability to change your spirit. So all of you that still listen to Lil Draco,
Pound Town.
Lil Draco with his backup singer 223, 45 caliber, whatever.
Verse 23.
You want to put that away, because music does something to your spirit. Go ahead.
1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 23. And it came to pass, when the evil spirit from God was upon Saul, that David took an harp and played with his hands, So Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him.
So there's an evil spirit, and up in verse 14 it tell you the evil spirit was from the Lord because of the evil that Saul did. But the point is, what repelled that spirit was the godly man with the godly music. And you don't realize that the evil spirit is going to come from evil men, evil women putting forth evil music. It's just that simple. So how do you repel that angered spirit? If you have an angered spirit, do you think listening to Lil Durk is the way to go?
Right.
While we were in O Block, we asked that question. Hey, who do y'all listen to? I think Officer Samson from Detroit was teaching. I said, what do you listen to? Sister said, Lil Durk. Okay. What's your favorite song? Whatever the song was, we looked up the lyrics. Shout out to Captain Ben Zion too. It's the first time I saw that done. Looked up the lyrics. He rapped about, his lyrics talk about how he terrorized the city, how he did all manners of evil. So now, you're now staying in front of us telling us you want change because your neighborhoods are so evil and terrorized by young youth. Well, the music just told them to terrorize the neighborhood.
Right.
So how you gonna be so you make them millionaires to tear up your neighborhood, then stand there and say, we need our neighborhoods cleaned up.
They ain't even there. The
on.
rappers don't even
tear it
live
up
there.
and leave.
They
Tear it up and leave.
They
That's
bounce.
it. They
As soon as they get their first meal,
they go.
Out of here.
They
You broke niggas.
they out. They are out.
Can't
They
stay
are
around
out.
you. Make my property value go down.
Corinthians.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33. Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners.
So when you read the verses prior, primarily is going into those who crept in and would detour those from following Christ through their communication. Because what they would do is they would use the Bible wrongfully to justify doing away with Christ, right? But as Bishop brings it to modern times, bring the scripture to modern times, music is a form of communication.
Right.
Communication, language barriers, discrepancies, all can be broken down through music. I watched, right now you have crews that are at odds with one another. You'll never see them in the same place together. They can't do the same concert tours, none of that, because it's going to be a problem. But at one point, you make a song like We Are the World and everybody come together.
Right.
Or we all in the
For
same
whatever
gang.
reason,
And
right?
whatever your issue is, y'all going to be on that song together. You see my point?
No red, no blue.
So they use the music to communicate certain things. And at one time, it was unifying.
Right.
But now that music is so destructive that all it does is divide, to the point where one neighborhood will be against another neighborhood 5 minutes away. Like,
Right around the block.
you don't have to drive over there to shoot into the other neighborhood.
Right.
You can shoot from your neighborhood straight into theirs. That don't make no damn sense.
And you know what's crazy? Meanwhile, both neighborhoods got to go to the same school.
Same school. You got
Same
you
store.
got to use the same EBT card. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah.
You have to be in the same community programs, because we all on the bottom together. How the hell we all on the bottom together, and yet we're fighting each other to hold each other down? That's some serious crabs in the barrel type stuff. Y'all crazy as all hell. But don't get me wrong, we were once crazy too,
Right.
because we fully believed in that system. But when you, it tells you that in Ecclesiastes 7 verse 7. It takes a level of wisdom to recognize oppression. God has to be dealing with you on some level for you to be like, you know what, something is wrong with this. And a lot of y'all don't realize it. When y'all start saying, you know what, this gang life ain't for me, do y'all realize that's the Lord talking to y'all? That's the Lord telling y'all to come out of that. That's the Lord telling y'all there's a better way. But what you do is you replace the gang life with something else. Drugging, drinking and drugging, whoring, whatever. So you stop sliding on people or spinning the block on people, but now you just go into another form of filth. Now you want to rap about spinning the block on people.
Right.
It's kind of like that chart Bishop was showing. You full of
Yes.
this one.
Yes.
But now you stop dealing
Yes.
with that one. You got this other, whether it be lasciviousness or lying or covetousness that follows right up with that other thing there. And it kind of made me think of the seven, like we said, when he come and find that the house is swept, but he brings 7 more worse than, like, bruh. Like, you stop doing one thing, you turn away from, let's just saying, adultery, but now you covetous for something else. You know what I'm saying? You like, you know, it's like, oh, I stopped smoking cigarettes, but now, you know what I'm saying, I drank a whole lot.
Right. And you know how far the music has gone, where you get millions of views for rapping about killing somebody from that same neighborhood.
From that same
Smoke a pack of somebody.
Hey, can I get one script?
Oh, please do, man.
Let's go to Colossians chapter 3.
Yep.
Boy, that's what I was thinking about.
Colossians chapter 3.
I was thinking about it. No, go ahead. We all get together.
Again, listen. We are about solutions. We're not just going to talk about it. You know, we're going to give you scriptures, but we're going to give you practical solutions. And here's one right here, verse 16, because we're talking about the evil that this music brings to us, right? But we are going to, like you say, repel that evil with the solution that's in the Bible. Read that.
Colossians chapter 3, verse 16. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and hymns.
And what?
Psalms and hymns and spiritual songs.
So these songs that we have are to teach us something.
Drop a bomb, man.
It's to teach us something, right? So we are using that same, we are repelling the evil that's out there, the Lil Durks, the what's the name? Big Von.
Yeah.
Right. All these evil, wicked songs that we listen to, we have it right here within the scriptures.
Right.
The largest book that's in the Bible is what? The book of Psalms. The book of Psalms, right? Because the Lord knew our spirits. The Lord knew, hey, listen, y'all like to sing and dance, y'all like to do these things here, man. There's a entire book. King David.
I tried it. It's hard though.
What?
To rap some of them psalms.
He said it's hard. Why?
Cause you know, if you're trying to find a melody or a cadence to rap them, and it was a little harder than I thought it would be.
It ain't hard.
For me, maybe I got gad rhythm. It don't work like that.
But listen, some of these the songs that we have on original royalty, they can be on the radio, no problem.
No problem.
Yeah, easy.
No problem at all.
Easy.
The beats are way better. The lyrics, of course, are way better. So what's the issue?
They don't want you. They don't. So when we think about that, and I was thinking about this same scripture, we know that the enemy does a diligent search. He understands exactly what he's doing, and for something like he understands that Israelites learn through music. If this is telling us to let the words of Christ dwell in us, teach each other with songs and hymns and spiritual songs, and that means this is a form of learning for us.
That's it.
Period. It's a form of learning for us. So if our enemies know this is a form of learning for them, and he said, if whatever they put in their music is what their whole community will do.
I think too, whenever you listen to music, it puts you in that cycle of like you can't break it. Cause I remember early on when me and my Lord first got married and we lived together, I was always listening to Sam Smith, and I was always sad. And my Lord was like, you gotta stop listening to that like right now.
Like blues?
Why am I so sad?
But like he was always talking about breakup stuff, but I wasn't going through that stuff. I was just always sad.
So you know what? The tech team found an article. Just read that real quick. We'll skim through it.
How does music affect your brain? Music can have wide-ranging effects on the brain, impacting everything from cognitive performance to stress levels.
Isn't that what you just said?
Yeah, I was stressed out for no reason. Just the music making me sad.
So you're like in this slumber. You don't want to really do anything. You're like depressed, and music has a spirit in it.
And it was the best time. I just got married. Nothing was going on.
There's a movie. The name slips me. It's this old Edomite playing a piano, and he's revealing to this young guy that he's behind. He's like almost devil-like, that he's behind all of your greatest. So he's like playing what's Kurt Cobain. He's playing all these various songs that were like these huge hits. And the young boy is like, wait, you had something to do with that? He's basically seeing the curtain pulled. So where you dancing to Sam Smith or Cardi B or whatever, but behind all of that, there's a machine going. The machine knows about certain pitches. The machine knows about certain melodies. This machine knows how repeating a chorus, how it sticks with you and it makes you remember the time and place when you first heard it. There's a science behind that thing. And what's his name? And he got blackballed after that. What's the designer? Something wrong with it. But he revealed that in an interview. I saw it. He said, I know how to make a song where everybody will sing it because it's a certain rhythmic pattern that you have to follow. He was taught that.
You've been hypnotized.
Right.
You are getting hypnotized by it. So real quick, this is not what we were going to go over, but because it led us here, and we touched on that yesterday with the young youth. A lot of young youth, they were 13, 14, 15. All of them came, and they all had ankle monitors on.
Yeah, I seen that.
I was like,
that was crazy.
All these young men,
That's
all
crazy.
these young men are already starting on a path where they've made a choice to be in the system. But real quick, there's one that says about emotions. Says something about it. Go down a little bit.
Right there says responsible for emotion.
Yeah.
At the third paragraph.
Okay, read that.
When you hear a song.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you hear a song, your auditory cortex, the part of your brain responsible for processing sound, is activated. Desiree Silverstone, a psychotherapist based in London, England, told Live Science, quote, this activates other areas of your brain, including the limbic system, responsible for emotion.
Really? So, the music activates a part of the brain that's responsible for emotion. Sister Hanaya said she listened to Sam Smith and got depressed.
That's a setup, bro.
I remember back in the world, I used to like this group called Mobb Deep. Mobb Deep was a hood ass, kill 'em, shoot 'em up, bang bang ass little group. And they was little as hell too. I seen them. They little as hell. But yeah, I don't know what that had to do with it, but it just, whatever. And I never forget, I was out with my friends. And one of their songs came on, because I knew all their music, and immediately I wanted to fight.
Yep.
I remember that to this day. It always stuck with me. And I remember that's one of the reasons I stopped going out. This is years ago. I was like, you know what? Every time we go out, we get into fights.
Yep.
Somebody pulling guns. It was and I did it every week. Every week I went and did the same exact thing, and I never forget. We were standing by the bar. My back was to the bar. All the people going back and forth. I was kind of a troublemaker. But the point is, the music edged it on. The music edged it on, and I remember when that song came on, I said, why do I feel like fighting right? Because there was nothing happening. Nobody was bumping into me, it was nothing. We were standing there, and they played that song, and I remember my whole mood changed. I'm sure you know about
Set the club up.
Listen.
Set the club up.
Lil Jon is
These are head busters?
Yeah, like your Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
It's Lil Jon for us. Lil Jon made lyrics.
Crime Mob.
Oh, crime.
No,
Look at him, look.
Bro.
No.
Crime Mob?
No, it was 3-6 Mafia tear the club up. Because in my 1996, 97, that song came on, you start moving because you know it's Chef finna fly.
Something's about to happen.
Chef finna fly. You waiting on it. You like,
People used to go to the clubs just to fight.
Yeah. Yep.
It was like a mosh pit.
Yes.
When you go there, it's like when Lil Jon comes on,
Yep.
listen, step back.
Yes.
And let them handle their business. 'Cause, I mean,
Yes.
that's really what it is, bro. We be in school like, hey, meet me at club so-and-so Friday night.
Right.
So we can handle business.
Right.
We'll knock a hater out.
Just
We
like
some
that.
head busters.
That's what it is,
On They
though.
Clone Tyrone, it was a scene and they was in that experimental booth.
Oh yeah, where they
And-
playing the music.
Yeah, and then they started hugging after they was fighting each other.
Really?
Yeah, they was
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh,
That's why
dang.
I'm sorry,
Sorry.
Deacon ASAP. That's why I couldn't watch Friday Night Raw. It was gonna be a spoiler alert.
He's like, I gotta
Somebody
watch
sent
the
me a
whole-
text. Was like, "Yo, Cap, I don't know if
this.
you want to watch this
Good.
because Deacon is gonna give a spoiler alert." It's like, damn it.
It's really good. It's
Yeah,
really
I'm gonna catch it. Lord's will, I'll catch it later. But yes, that music has a spirit in it, and that was a perfect scripture. Read that again, for Officer. Colossians 3.
Colossians chapter 3, verse 16. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing with grace in your hearts to the Lord.
Wait, so the songs ain't was supposed to be about being a head busser,
Right.
tearing no club up. The songs are to be glorifying the Lord.
That's it.
Right.
That's right.
Solidifying
That's
him
it.
up in you.
So
That's what it is.
the songs women do are to be glorifying the man
Not
and the Lord. And the songs the men do is glorifying the Lord.
That's right.
Damn.
So what is this gospel music doing today?
Oh, you
What
mean
is that?
you mean she got yams, potatoes,
That
greens,
one.
beans, carrots, chickpeas? I don't know.
But again, that's a spirit as well too.
Yes.
Because I remember in church when you had the praise and worship session, and then you have the organ, and you just getting this
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
mellow,
Start
like
rocking.
real mellow mood.
Start doing.
I'll give you 20 today. I was gonna give you 5, but I'm gonna give you the whole dog.
And I've told the story before.
There's a science behind it, right?
It's a science
Oh
behind
yeah,
it.
we went over that one time.
Yes, they will switch up the whole. They have a plan of what to sing, and depending on how the crowd react to that first one, determines what they sing for the rest of the. We're gonna do part 3, 5, 7. We're gonna do it over and do it.
Hey, hit you with that low organ.
When that choir director start making that soprano, he keep doing it to the soprano. People start- I don't know what it's about that soprano section that get these folks falling out. Am I right? Yeah, he almost caught it when I did it just now. He was like, "Yeah, I remember that. I remember that feeling, Cal." That soprano, when they start making them sing like that,
doing that, yeah.
that sugar is witchcraft, bro. It is witchcraft because it's not glorifying the Lord. It's
Got
not
a lot of
glorifying
money
the
out of
Lord.
cat with that one.
But you know, we also forgetting about.
Don't remind me, man.
We talk about rap, we talk about gospel, but we forget about the R&B back in the day with the OJs
some
and with
whoremongering
the,
stuff.
That's why
the Temptations
that's why
and all
Judah got
that.
the reputation they got for caking.
That's it.
They taught
That's where it
Judah.
came from, right there.
Love that woman.
Love
Ain't
her.
nothing better than her. That's
Drink
why
it
they
bad
act the
for
way
the
they
case
act
for
now.
He said, "If loving you is wrong,
I don't want to be right.
I
don't
pay your
wanna
rent.
be right."
I cook your dinner for you.
Judah, you messed it up for
As soon
us.
as I get home from work.
That's some wicked stuff, man. So everybody played a part. Rap, R&B, gospel, everybody played a part.
I really feel like that R&B was a part of Esau's weaponry, as far as usurping the woman over the man.
Yeah.
It was a part of the feminist movement.
Yep.
'Cause every song,
Was about
the
that.
woman is getting put on a pedestal.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Every song,
Yeah.
bruh. Look, even the Edomites was singing about that. Dude said, "I'll walk 5,000 miles and I will walk 5,000 more."
Oh, I do.
Yeah, that was deep. We even know that one, huh? You know that song, right?
I will walk
Yeah.
5.
Oh, it's 500 miles. I'm sorry, I thought it said 5,000. I remixed it. But my point is,
Y'all niggas still
and
walking a long
here's
way.
the thing. Reason why I said the Edomites, a lot of them were the writers for Jake's songs.
Yes.
A lot of them
Sing
were,
this.
yes. A lot of them were the writers for Jake's songs. So I can't really just blame Judah. Judah wrote them too, but a lot of the A&Rs, the programmers, they all said this is the sound we want to go with. Then you would have majority Edomite writers, just like these writers on these TV shows that's pushing the gay agenda. These are Edomites writing it. These are Edomite producers, and they get publishing because they'll say, "Hey, I wrote a chorus too. It goes like this." Now Jake might write the lyrics to it, but the foundation of the song was pretty much given to them.
Right.
The outcome or the view of the song or the vein of the song was already given to you. All you do is write lyrics to it. So they all put the woman on the pedestal. Right. And right now, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of you sisters, y'all falling hard off that pedestal right now.
I think Timberland said he used to do that.
We're gonna talk about that too. Huh?
Oh yeah.
Timberland said that when he would make the beat,
yes,
he has what the song is about and everything. So even anybody else who goes to write to the song, he's already giving you.
You said Timberland?
Yeah, the premise for the song.
Yeah.
I was like, dang. So you don't just get a beat and you like, oh yeah, I want to. He like, nah, he give it to you. This already about this song.
It's about this.
Is about this. So if you want to be on this song, then.
So I made a statement that sisters were put on a pedestal for a very long time in music, and it kind of gave them a spirit. Because remember, there's a spirit behind the music. That's what we're talking about. So it did put a lot of sisters in a certain spirit. So before you get to that one, is that the compilation one? Yes, okay, let's play that first.
Ready?
Yes, sir.
I just paid 3 bills just now with my own debit card. Like the independent black woman I don't want to be.
I don't want to be INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that means? That means independent. I don't want to be independent anymore.
You know, I don't want to be a strong, independent woman. I think we have enough strong, independent women.
I don't want to be an independent woman anymore.
I quit at being independent. I don't want to do this more. This is draining.
You know, have dinner ready for your husbands when they got home from work. That is all I want to do.
But no, you thought everyone wanted to be independent.
I don't want to be independent.
A break from dating, and then I didn't need a man. Changed my mind. I'll take whoever. Just like get here ASAP.
Stop. She said, I'll take whoever. Just get here ASAP.
Anybody.
So, and I made mention that Esau was a big part in pushing that agenda as well, because now you see even Edomite women, they're all like, you know, this is not what I signed up for. They're like, just give me anybody, as long as he has, well, at least one leg. Doesn't even have to have both.
And a job.
Just at least one leg, functioning cognitive skills. You know, he knows up from down, right from left, you know, things like that. He knows 2 + 2 is 4. I won't even go to 4 + 4. 2 + 2 is okay. So now a lot of sisters are coming to the understanding that once you get to a certain age, and this is what Kevin Samuels was hated for. This is why Bishop Nathaniel gets all this sometimes hate mail. Deacons get hate mail. PSR gets hate mail. Lord have mercy. But the point is, because we're telling you the truth. It's not to destroy you. We're telling you the truth. You get past us. You get past a certain age. You have some wear and tear. I'm not going to get crazy, but you have some wear and tear, and you still have the standard as if you are a virgin sister, untouched. You know, come from a fully functioning, well-rounded family, leveled out, no psychological issues, things of that nature. Nobody's taking medication. That's totally different. There's a time where you have to say, okay, you know what? I'm getting up there in age. Because men are more realistic. Men, you got your belly hanging over your pants. You know, I don't see a lot of brothers that are out of shape and stuff. They're like, yo, I want me a dime. I don't really see that, but I see on the flip side, I see sisters who are out of shape, sisters who are mean-spirited. That's a very important one. Are mean-spirited. They'll say, I want that brother. He's in good shape. Everybody loves him. He got a great spirit on him. He's about the work of the Lord. I want him.
Boy, ain't no way.
I'm not saying you can't have a high standard. But men are more realistic. I'm going to be honest. Men are more realistic. So what we're seeing here is a lot of sisters who, or not sisters, but women who are coming to grips with reality. And it's crashing very fast. Y'all been on pedestals for decades. 4 decades. Now,
you're going to learn today.
You're going to learn today. You're going to learn today. So finish playing that video. So we got a couple.
I don't want to be independent.
A break from dating, and I didn't need a man. She changed my mind. I'll take whoever. Just like get here ASAP.
It's so fucking exhausting and draining to act like everything is okay.
Now I'm like, I don't want to be this strong, independent woman. I don't.
I can't believe I used to truly feel so empowered by being like, I would never let a man support me fully. It took me 2 years in corporate America to be like, yourself. I would love if somebody came in here.
I don't want to be independent anymore.
Good luck with that.
That is so,
Shout out to Nelson.
Let me tell you, when I stayed with my grandma, the snow scene with the lady, and that brought me back to helping her shovel her yard with snow, like to pass the porch.
Because there wasn't no man.
Yeah, and so.
But you did have aliens with big ass toilets.
No.
And big fingers, big tongues.
Isn't that what she told us? She worked at Denver.
I did, but like.
Okay, so the aliens with the big ass toilets gonna come help you shovel the snow?
No. Wow. But let me tell you,
selfish ass aliens.
They were selfish.
Right, big hands and
But
won't
even
use
like
them.
having my grandmother, she only had my uncle. Like, besides having her a kid, he would never come help her, and so it was sad.
He's like, I'm tired
She
of this
would
heifer.
rely on me, and I'm like, Grandma, this snow. You 80-something years old, and it's me shoveling the snow. It took us like 4 hours.
Really?
Yes, taking breaks in between. So that strong, independent woman stuff is.
It's for the birds.
Yeah, when you get old, you
And when you were driving trucks, crashing everybody's shit.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah.
That was for a good reason, but I would never do that again.
So yeah, y'all gotta tell them women working them truck driver jobs and warehouse jobs and construction
I used
jobs.
to come home so angry for no reason because I was on the road. And I would be mad at other drivers, cutting me off. Then I would come home and be mad at my Lord for no reason.
See, road raging.
Yeah.
Now you bed raging.
There was a video and a woman did that. She said something along those lines. It wasn't necessarily with the job, but when her and her husband would make plans to lay together, and as she looked at her workload around the house, she began to grow angry, and then so sisters take on y'all take on a lot. Y'all take on a lot. Got to take care of the household, the family, things of that nature. But y'all emotional capacity is different than men. Right. Men have an easier ability to disconnect from things. We can say, that stuff got to be done. You got the stuff to do around the house. Shoot. See, all the men say it together. No. That shit could wait.
That's it, right?
If the house still functions, if it still functions, yeah.
No, I gotta do it right away. But sometimes
and that's the difference.
I gotta do it right away.
That's the difference.
Because I know if I don't do it right now and I do it later, then I'm be mad because I gotta do it later when I could have just knocked it out.
I gotta say this. We're not talking about procrastination.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about men are able to assess priority.
Set priorities. Yep.
Which is more important? Okay, is assembling this bike. It's been in my garage for like a year.
Or going to work.
Or going to work to make money to feed the family. Like, which one is it? Like, that bike can wait, man. That bike ain't going nowhere. Shit, I know what it is.
Neither is the person that's supposed to ride it.
That's it. Neither is the person that's supposed to ride it. You still under my roof. You all right. But that's what. But sisters, you be like, I got to get it done now because you'll see it and y'all get high strung.
Cap.
And then that affects sometimes the bedroom, affects the relationship. Okay.
I had to tell my wife that. I was like, sis, all right, stop, breathe, take a minute, assess, and then figure out which one is most important. Because, okay, so like I work 2 jobs. I'll go work one.
Say that again, brother.
I work 2 jobs. One, I work employed, and then I work self-employed.
Right.
So before I
I don't know what that was for, but okay.
Men be working.
Okay.
But before, like, if I come from one job and I'm either tired or frustrated, I tell my wife, all right, I need this hour.
Right.
I'm about to go. Right. I'm gonna sit on my couch. I'm gonna close my eyes for that hour like Chris Daddy on Everybody Hates Chris before I go to this other job. And that gives me time to separate.
Decompress.
To separate the two, like, this job ain't made me mad. If I come in here, stay mad at this one, then I get to the other work that I got to do, and now I'm not as efficient as I need to be.
Right.
So I have to take time and separate them. And I had to tell my wife, I was like, look, sis, you got to take some time. You got to separate these tasks. You can't lump them all into one day. Sometimes you have to separate them into functionality or like you said, what's more important, what's Hey, delegate separating this to them children. You just come back and look and make sure it's done. Why you sit here stressing about how bad they clean the kitchen? If they don't do it right, make them do it again. Calm down, separate the task, and get the stress off you. Like this.
That's it. Hey, that's a heavy point that you're making too, because we was talking on yesterday about when the scriptures say that if you can't rule your house well, you can't rule the house of God. Why? Because they're similar. Right? So when you speak about delegation, it's the same task that you're doing in this truth. You see what I'm saying? Like you have the officers of 50, 20, 10, so forth and so on that have different duties. It's the same thing at the house.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's supposed to make the operation more effective when you do the delegation and when you prioritize certain things. So the same values that you have at the school, you're supposed to have at the house as well.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So that's a good point.
Transcend, right? At least mimic each other so that you could be effective.
Yeah, I think a lot of us women have to work on problem-solving skills because I've been working on mine. And
oh yeah, y'all don't come with those.
I think the delegating.
Y'all don't come with those.
You think what's the least important is not what's so important for you to get done. Then I'm not doing whatever really needs to be done.
And sisters that do have problem-solving skills, they get high and mighty, like they just. Like they grand, that's the ones be calling themselves boss B because they started a business because they got problem solving skills. You be like, calm down, sis. Calm down. It's gonna be all right.
Where is it the ordering of the house in Sirach? 20.
That's hold on, let me find it fast. 26.
Chapter 26.
26 and verse. You want verse 16?
All praises.
Ecclesiasticus. Chapter 26, verse 16. As the sun, as the sun when it ariseth in the high heaven, so is the beauty of a good wife in the ordering of her house.
So I want to stress that because that's what your point was. There's certain things you see that you have to get done immediately, and the Lord says, "Listen, there's beauty in that. There's beauty in your ability to first be a good wife. That's the first premise." Be a good wife, and then to order your house, whether it be you designate it to the children, like you said, and or get it done yourself. But the point of it is, none of it should overwhelm you. None of it should overwhelm you to the point where it causes contention between you and your Lord. At no point. At no point. Because in ordering your house, just like on your job, everybody has a certain amount of tasks they have to get done for the day, right? You have the ability to stay late and not be paid for it because you didn't finish. Or you can be like, man, F this, man. It'll be here tomorrow.
Right.
You gotta be able to say, okay, all the important stuff that I might get, written up for or be called into the boss's office for, I'm gonna get that done. But the little stuff, I'll do that in the morning when I come in. And it's the same thing in the ordering of your house because we understand that on the job, but for some reason in the house, we allow ourselves to get overwhelmed where it affects your marriage. And you start bickering and he's looking at you like, yo, what you mad about? Like you was coming here with this face, but you mad about something else. You mad about the laundry.
Right. Wash machine.
Hey, like, man, just put that stuff over. A brother, like, man, let's put that stuff over there, man. It's whatever. That's usually the consent, the mindset of the man. But here's the thing. I want to go back to this video. There's one you just play that one.
Just to let you niggas know we don't need y'all. We want y'all, but we don't need y'all. We want y'all, but we don't need y'all.
Okay, so stop it. So this is a very famous modern day rapper, Megan Thee Stallion. So now she's young. She's in the prime of her career. She's, like you said, a boss. A lot of moving and shaking, a lot of things going on for her, right? So right now, she's at a point where I can have any man I want. I think she's dating like a soccer player now. some famous soccer player. She could have anybody she want. But those Vivica Foxes, they felt the same.
There was once there, yep.
What's the one that we about to watch too?
I'm so tough.
No, other
Lisa
one.
Ray?
Lisa Ray felt the same way too. There's a bunch of them felt the same exact way. But keep playing the video.
We want y'all, but we don't need y'all.
Our black men, we want all y'all back.
Stop. Stop. This is the older version of Megan Thee Stallion.
Right there.
Taraji, she's a great actress. Like I don't think anybody could take that away from her. She's been in a lot of big movies. But now, when you're on the decline, I want to say decline, because she's not like, she's not 100 years old, but you're not
in your
prime, like when you first came into the industry.
Work value and life value.
So now, what that comedian T.K. Kirkland said, you're about to die. So now you're about to die, and you get this revelation. So play it again.
Our black men, we want all y'all back. Because we love you, we see you, kings, and most importantly, we need you.
Wait.
Wow.
Now, I got a question. If y'all notice, she said, we want you back. Where did they go? Where did the men go? Did the men pick up and just fly to another planet? They decided to choose their career, to go from man to man to man to man, to be used and abused. Now they want someone to take them seriously, and the men are like, no. Nah, I'm good.
Hell no.
I'm good.
Hell no.
So now you're on national TV hosting award shows, now pleading to black men.
She probably passed a lot of good men up in her life.
I'm sure.
Absolutely.
I'm sure.
That's why the Lord had to tell you. He would rather that the young women marry. You supposed to get that done when you young, because you know when you get out in this world and you keep bouncing from rod to rod like a pogo, you doing all of that, and you're slowly but surely eroding yourself away. You're eroding the things that would help you that if you were young and you were with this one person while you were young, you would grow to have a mind like their mind. You would grow to know the things that would help better sustain that situation. But when you going here to here to here to here, job first, money first, all of this other stuff, and then you don't have that capability no more, because you still want to insert all those things that you felt made you beforehand. So now when that man come along, even though you want them, a lot of them don't have that capacity to learn that man now. They don't have that capacity to even put away the things that they've already experienced and learned. It's not even there.
Zion the Jew says she's 75% off now.
What, like 75% off of work?
Damn. No, clearance.
Clearance. Oh, damn.
Damn. He didn't even say 50%. He said 75. Damn. Finish
Fire
that
sale.
Finish that.
Because we love you, we see you, kings, and most importantly, we need you. And most importantly, we need you.
And most importantly, we need you.
Wow. I messed up because I'm hearing that, but I just kept looking at the Michael Jackson nose, looked like the nose went on the Wiz.
Y'all funny. Play Lisa Ray real quick.
Ooh, diamond. Look like a Cuban zirconia.
I feel like I've been helping everybody else through their and then it's like, well, what about my and then they can't help me with my at all. I just want to find a companion. I know you do. I can't even go on online dating because I did that. I'm waiting for a friend to do it. Nope, that ain't working either. You know what I mean?
So you just gotta be patient, Punk.
How patient more do I have to be? Have you heard of the rose? Funny. You don't need the rose because you got your own internal rose.
What's the rose?
It don't work for me, but it's a vibrator.
It don't work.
I was trying.
Stop. She said it doesn't work for her.
So
that's how.
So that's broke too.
That's how used and abused it is.
Damn, that's broke too.
Damn.
Poor Cuba's Iconium.
Poor Moissanite.
Yeah, poor Moissanite.
But
it looked like a diamond. She like an abuela now.
Sisters, and I know it's mainly dealing with the sisters in the world, because we ain't talking about you repentant sisters online. We ain't talking about that. But what Bishop went over last night with the spirits, those spirits do return. Don't think because you've been in the truth for a year or 2 years that you've gotten rid of the lust totally. Absolutely not. Because what we see a constant, not a constant, but we see examples of sisters been with us 3, 4, 5, 6 years, go back in the world and bang an ex-boyfriend.
The hell is this?
Go back in the world and just bang a coworker. We see that, and we see brothers do it as well. So don't think that you've been in the truth for a certain amount of time and that spirit is gone. You are to be fighting every day. Even if you don't see it in you, you have to always remember that spirit was in you. And once you remember it was in you, you know that it's going to make its return at some point. Revelation chapter 2. I was thinking about something. 2, and I got to look at it. 2 and... it talks about the of Satan. Know the devices of Satan.
Oh yeah.
Is it chapter 2? Huh?
The depths.
The depths of Satan? Yeah. Is that what it says?
Yeah, the depths.
Where is it?
24.
Verse 24.
Yes.
Revelation chapter 2, verse 24. But unto you I say, and unto the rest of Thyatira, as many as have not this doctrine, and which have not known the depths of Satan.
Now, Bishop went over this yesterday. There is levels to these devils that's in us. There's levels to the spirits. Remember, he did the bar chart showing at one point your covetousness might be high and then your lying is low, and it'll vary. Next year, it'll be the lying is high, covetous is low, bearing false witness is going to be on a certain level, envy, hatred is going to be on different levels, and every year that graph is going to change. Every month that graph is going to change. It's going to be a little bit more. It's kind of like your electric bill.
Why didn't you just stay in that point?
Yeah, we keep some consistency up in this joint. But as the weather changes, so does your that graph that they sent you, right? 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. We're gonna get back to that video. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11.
2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us. For we are not ignorant of his devices.
We are not ignorant of his devices. So, again, that lust may not be in an X. But you have to also know that your lust may have been, like she said, that rose. Damn. Hey. That rose that now it has you totally numb down there. It has it totally numb. There's no sensation. Somebody said it. Who said it? Somebody whispered.
Feeling.
Yeah, feeling.
Ain't no feeling in that thing.
The batteries done burnt it out. So your lust can be on various levels, and we have to know the devices of Satan. We can't be ignorant of it. Bishop went over it extensively yesterday, both the spirit and the solution. Go ahead, play the video.
You got your own internal rose. What's the rose? It don't work for me, but it's a vibrator. It don't work. I was trying to do it with the rabbit, and it didn't work either. The rabbit is like the dildo with the little tickler.
Stop.
What the hell is this?
Stop.
They just running.
I want y'all to.
What she has to resort to. These are the things that she has to resort to.
Please bring it up.
What happened to the then she married a man of Turks and Caicos, like the owner of Turks and Caicos or something?
Owner. He was like the prime minister. So. He owned the island.
I thought he was like the owner of Turks and Caicos or something like that.
Get off, Silas.
But that's what an independent black woman resorts to now. A fabricated
Phallus.
Toy.
penis.
Phallus.
You see what I'm saying? That she has to utilize and do different things and do different maneuvers because it just doesn't work the same anymore.
X Games.
You got to do all type of
That sounded
twisting or whatever to try to get some type of
You gotta
sensation.
stir the batter. What was that?
Right. You got to stir it up.
Mix
You
the
gotta cook it.
pancakes. Emotional, damn it. Gotta cook the pudding.
But yeah, man. But that's your future.
Right.
If you don't want a man, if you don't want to humble down to a real man, an Israelite man, that's your future right there.
Right.
That's your future.
Because guess what? That man in the world, he gonna have you resort to that same stuff too. Because he gonna want to do it too. Hey, go get your batter stirrer. Let's see how that works.
Your batter stirrer.
What the hell is this?
Something wrong with this guy.
Hey, but you know what? Like what Bishop brought out on yesterday with that sister Shuhana? Sukihana? Oh, okay. These sisters know where the good men are. Remember what she said? I'm gonna be a wife next year.
Right.
Find me an Israelite. They know where the good men are. They're just not ready to give up that power to that man. So they know where to go. But if you can't just humble down and release whatever power struggle that you have, you're gonna end up just like this right here.
This might do the comment. She said, "I'm the buy one get one free sale." Y'all crazy, man. Somebody deleted it. But hey, go back out. All right,
her
right
and her
to
robes.
the left. Yeah. I want y'all to see the mindset. Go ahead.
You know, the worst date a guy ever asked me on, he asked me to take a walk.
Where?
Across a bridge.
How old were you?
Thank you for asking that question. I was too old. Oh, he said to me, he was like, hey, I'd like to take, and we can walk the bridge. And I said,
Your ass don't even exercise.
thank you. I said, I'm not really down for a walk, but if you would like to go to dinner, we can.
So you gave an option.
Yeah.
And what he said?
No, he was broke. He was broke. You can't, a walk? What? Walk?
I need y'all in the comments to tell me what is wrong with going on a walk with your woman. I need y'all to tell me because I might be too old for this generation to comprehend. Because I'm trying to figure out where's the disconnect. So, being from New York, something that's very common is walking over the Brooklyn Bridge. They are built. Somebody pull up that video. Walking on the Brooklyn Bridge. This is something very common. Now I don't know where they are, but she mentioned a bridge. Now it's extremely scenic when it's not foggy, because New York has this smog and stuff all the time. But on a nice day, it is very scenic. People ride bikes across the bridge, things of that nature. It's a good look. So. And I'm thinking about, like, my wife and I, we spend forever walking up and down in New York. Even if we were going to dinner, a lot of it was premised on walking, because that's how New York is kind of set up. New York City, I should say. It's set up where you take the train to one place, you're going to walk 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks to where your destination may be from the train stop. That's very common. So, again, maybe something is wrong with my way of thinking, but I didn't hear anything, because it's not like you're gonna walk 10 miles and y'all don't get a drink or something to quench your thirst. You just pass out. But it's something where you have time to get to know one another, things of that nature. And I ain't condoning their dating stuff, but I'm talking about the mindset that will, like Sukihana said, come in to try to find an Israelite husband. Sometimes those mindsets coming with them. So this here's a quick video. And I've never seen no people selling stuff. That's probably a new thing. But go ahead, play it. But you see a ton of people, and it's usually way more than that, a ton of people walking across the Brooklyn Bridge. This is very, very common. So I guess the guy didn't ask her anything. A lot of tourists do it. It's a very famous walkway. So I'm like, am I missing something? And we saw a video recently where a sister said, somebody wrote it, $300 dates. That's a thing. A woman says, you need to take me on a $300 dinner date. Now come on. What man is gonna spend $300 hard-earned dollars on a sister like how Sukiyana said she want to get stretched? Imagine you was a brother that boy, y'all all right. Who's gonna take you on a $300 date? Yo, y'all, they crazy. Because, Officer Lisha, imagine if you took that sister out the night before, or Officer Carmela, you took her out the night before, you spent $300. The next morning you wake up to check your Instagram. She's saying how she want to get stretched.
Boy, ain't no way.
Bruh. Meanwhile, you ain't stretched nothing after that $300 date.
I just stretched your legs out on this walk.
Yeah, but your wallet stretched.
But your wallet got stretched.
What the hell is this?
So just imagine how that man going to be like. So I don't blame the brother for saying, yo, we going on a walk.
Yeah,
we stop at one of these little carts, get some ice cream, $2, and that's your date. Or that's our time together. But in that time, you get a chance to talk, get to know each other, things of that nature. Listen, if y'all, the Megan Thee Stallion, Taraji P. Henson is the epitome of where a lot of our sisters are going to end up. They're going to end up pretty much desperate. And we're trying to help y'all with that. Like, so when Bishop was giving us solutions last night, it's for us to shed that mindset. Because a godly man is going to recognize those things and he'd be like, nah, I'm good. Like, I like the sister's appearance. I think she's a beautiful sister. I want to get to know her. But then a month or two later, brother come back like, nah, I'm good. Because you haven't shed some of the things that we're going over now. So a lot of times we look at these things and be like, oh man, that's crazy. They crazy. But did we really shed that spirit fully? Did we? Sometimes we didn't.
I wouldn't want to walk with her no way. She says she don't exercise. So that's already bad.
But they'll spend 15 grand to have their body look like they exercise. You spend 15 grand instead of a damn $30 a month gym membership. You rather go get a snatch waist.
It's called Lipo 360.
What is it called?
Lipo 360. See your whole body.
You ever? There's a video of a sister. I don't want to go this route. That wasn't my plan. but she just had surgery and she was crying. So she don't wish on my worst enemy.
So bad.
Yeah. Y'all rather go through that than go on a walk. He trying to help you out, save you some money and some pain.
But you know what it is? These women today, they equate money with affection or money with love. You don't love me or you don't like me unless you are spending your hard-earned money. That's really what it is. But there's other ways to show affection. Right. Spending time. Can we sacrificing my time to show you that I like you.
The best dates is watching movies at home with your Lord.
Can we show that in the scriptures? Give me Genesis 26. 26:8.
You in the spirit, Terry. She said, what about a stroll in the park on a beautiful day? Yeah. The sister fix a nice small basket. You in the spirit.
A little basket.
Because you know we outdoorsy as hell.
Yeah. We all about them outdoors.
Around here, we about them outdoors now.
We like the sun and the grass between our toes.
Shoot.
You know, sun on my face, grass between my toes. You know what I'm saying?
We outdoorsy as hell. So you talking about let's go outside? Shit,
dust on my hiking pants. Let's go. Yeah, I
already know.
Genesis 26:8.
Genesis chapter 26, verse 8. And it came to pass, when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out at a window and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting with Rebekah, his wife.
Hey, so y'all think this is a king looking at our forefather Isaac and seeing him out the window with his wife, hanging with her, chilling with her, doing whatever he was doing with her. But guess what? It wasn't no $300 date. It was something that a king looked at and was like, I mean, somebody who got the bread. He got the money. He could do all of the stuff to wow a woman. But he like, I'm sitting out and watching you outside just kicking it with the sister that's yours. What's wrong with just hanging with the brother? What's wrong with getting even if you're not married? I mean, because this isn't a dating situation, but why it always got to be spend money and lavish putting them on that pedestal of you deserve to be showered and pampered for your time, as if my time is not available and the person that I am is not worth anything other than paying for you.
And there's times where the sister's taking pictures of the food and she's basically saying, yeah, this simp got me this, and she's actually making fun of him. So you spend $300 to be mocked. Right.
Damn.
Man, listen.
Cap.
Go ahead.
Cap.
I'm sorry.
The guy took the sister on, I guess, excursions, yacht, all this. She cut his head out of every picture so that she could show that she was on the yacht. He with her.
Yeah.
And this nigga is the headless horseman. Like, got no way.
No way, boy.
So there's no connection as far as her owning up, like even being wife-like. Like there's no potential for a relationship.
No.
So she wants all the benefits, but wants no connection or ties to this man. So she's looking at him like a simp.
Because I think that that's what happened when you do that. They say, oh yeah, we want this, but automatically they don't. There's like a certain respect level that drops when you go to immediately, like I often say, show your affection or show your interest through your pockets.
Right.
So
That's a setup, bro.
I think it put them in a.
Is that like the brothers who will go up on stage at Passover and say they make $100K?
100%.
That's what it is.
But couldn't endure. But couldn't endure. They going now.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah. I mean, I think it at that point it turns into a transactional relationship,
right?
And or whoredom. Immediately, like to me, it seemed like it turns into a prostitution trick type.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And I think even if they don't say it, in their mind of these women, that's what it turns to.
Right.
And it ain't till you done spent so much money, they like, well, I gotta give him something to keep him coming with the money.
You know what's funny? And I realized that a lot since moving to Georgia. Esau, you know how, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with going to Disney World and all of that stuff, right? But it's very expensive. We're talking about this sister, she did a total breakdown of her family's trip to Disney. It was something like $7,000.
Took my kid to Legoland.
Yes. It was for travel plans, hotel, because you stay at a Disney hotel. That's on like $350 a night.
Yeah.
Stay at a Disney hotel. What's that? Passes for all the parks. It was like $7,000
She was
for
like,
that
they
trip
passes
in Florida. Okay. Here's something I noticed, and I'm not saying Esau don't go to Disney World and all that stuff, but something I noticed being in Georgia, and we go to some nice ass spots, right? But to access some of these nice, whether it be nature trails, lakes, rivers, what's that? Is that the Chattahoochee? They go down tubing.
Yeah.
Bruh, to rent the tube is $12 to go down the tube, sail down the Chattahoochee River, and it's not just you; it's a bunch of people doing it. Parking was $5. You telling me you have the ability to enjoy a great day with your family, with your friends, doing all of this stuff outdoors for $17?
$35 to two people.
That's hard to find now.
$35, and I'm talking about people saying you bring a picnic, but you bring your food.
Yeah.
You open up that trunk and you eating out that trunk.
Bruh, the Idumeans put a cooler in a tube and float down with drinks.
Bruh.
And they listen, man.
For $35. For $35.
I like cheap fun.
Like you can't. When we did the bike trail, that was like some of the most fun ass time that I had. We popping bike tires.
3 days worth too.
Bruh.
We rode that trail for 3 days.
That thing was
from one end to the other.
Yo,
what, it was like 8 miles.
Right?
And how much did we pay for that?
Whatever
Zero.
whatever those bike patches I got out of your.
That was it. That was it. The price to patch the damn
and
tire.
your tire too.
Yeah, I popped my joint too. We was riding them trails, man. We saw the turkeys flying out the way. Like we went around this curb. I guess people ain't been in a while. It was about 50 damn turkeys walking around back there. But my point is, you have the ability to have a great time and not necessarily spend a ton of money.
Right.
Because even, I know y'all went up to that spot in Tennessee. Y'all ain't spent $7,000.
No.
But you able to get a cabin and, you know what I'm saying? Like, A lot of people be like, yo, 300 on a date.
Like, that's on TV, bro. That's
like
TV.
on a dinner.
You niggas are crazy.
Like, come on.
For that same punk ass dry aged steak.
Yeah. that meat glue steak.
Right.
It ain't even a whole piece of beef. It's
That's
glued
marbling.
together.
That's marbling. That ain't no marbling. That's meat glue.
Some of them just want status. Say I was at this restaurant
That's it.
and
Right.
bragging.
That's
like,
it.
like, it's just for social media.
That's all it is.
Just for social media. All right. We talk about this because it's frustrating. Hopefully, our people that are online have gotten away from that mentality. Who's gonna say something?
Not talking about. We're doing a commercial.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. No, do the commercial. You want to do it now? Oh, yes, after 11. Damn.
Oh, well, guess what?
Snap stuff for school. Wow.
Don't go on no $300 date, but we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Uh-oh.
Placeholder.
All praises.
I'm a hot slave.
Introducing Ophirus Creations, your go-to clothing store on Etsy. Our collection features the finest quality clothing at affordable prices, from fringes to ponchos, multicolor bullion fringes to metallic fringes, t-shirts to waist beads, and colorful skirts to maxi dresses. We have everything you need to elevate your wardrobe with a wide range of options to choose from. We guarantee that you'll find something that suits your style. Visit our store today and shop with us to discover the perfect piece to complete your outfit.
I don't think y'all understand how 100% legit this lemon body scrub is from Crowning Scents. Man, it's 2 steps. Put it on, rinse it off. Correction, it's 3 steps. The 3rd step is to smell good. Don't forget that one. All right. Now this hair growth oil, which should really be called the beard oil, is undefeated. Your beard gonna go from scratchy to classy. Don't sleep on it. Go get you some, man. You're not gonna regret it.
This brother trying to count down.
Three,
man,
two.
Man, put the damn thing through. All praises to the Most High God.
2.0 radio.
We're back. We are back.
2.0 radio.
So go down real quick. Let's go through some of these things. I want to see something. So we have some medical stuff that we do want to go over. Okay. So I want to. So being that we were talking about the sister, this should have been coupled with it, but here's something that we want y'all to see. Because there was a clip we were gonna play from Corey Holcomb that went over sisters being in some of these masculine occupations, and we've talked about it. We went over Rikers Island one time. Remember, it was a very small sister. She was a correction officer, and she had 3 or 4 brothers in a pen area by themselves, and the 4 brothers started fighting, and she couldn't do nothing. And we've talked about this. Listen, we understand sisters want employment, things of that nature, but
that's not it.
This ain't it. This ain't it.
Babysit a kid like Tobit wife.
We put sisters be putting themselves in danger. And like I said, I know sometimes it needs to be a 2-income household. I ain't taking nothing away from it, but sisters. But let's play it. I'm gonna let y'all see. Stop. So go back a little bit so you can see them both in the frame. Okay, right there. So they are exactly same height.
Round about same deal.
Build.
She probably got a little more weight on her too.
She might got the sister in blue beat by 10 pounds, 10, 15 pounds. But very comparable, right? Play the video. So stop. So she walks away because she's like, you know what? I might not want this smoke right here. Because I told her I'm a cop. I told her I'm the law. And what I say goes. And no one can calm her down. Let me get the hell out of Dodge.
That's what I was thinking.
That's what I would say. Go ahead. Stop. Go back a second.
Who's this?
And she's fast. Remember,
Yes.
she walked away from her.
And she already in the
The
face.
sister in the blue is on the other end waiting for her. So now you're like, damn, this broad fast as hell.
She got her spiritual powers already. Teleported across the...
She teleported. There's some stuff right here. Go ahead. Look, oh, stop. No, stop it. Go back. So, stop. Go back a little bit more. Now, we're not condoning violence against police. What we're showing you is there's some occupations that sisters, y'all should not be in.
Right.
Y'all are putting yourselves in harm's way when you don't really have to. Because I remember one time speaking to a sister who's on the police force, and she made mention that we were talking about her dress code. And made mention like, listen, sis, God's commandments is for you to wear a dress. Now, I can't tell you anything outside of that. And her response was, if I wear a dress, the only thing I can do is desk duty. Okay. And I don't want to do desk duty.
Oh.
So you have the option. The option is you can wear a skirt, not a dress, a skirt to work, to be lawful. But you say, no, I want to be in where the action is. I want to chase 250-pound drug dealers through corridors and dark alleyways.
That's right. That's what you want to do.
Sisters, y'all really want to do that?
No.
Because who wouldn't want the same money without having to sit me at the desk?
I think the only difference is, a lot of departments, some of them have overtime cap, but majority of them, there's a lot of overtime to be had. Desk duty, you can't do that. Desk duty is basically just your 8 hours and that's it. You probably come in on your day off, that's as most as you get. But as far as...
I'm still waiting for you to tell me a problem.
Yeah, like, yo.
Like
you
more
retire
hours?
with a pension, like, so you have more hours to chase Negroes down dark alleys. Okay.
That's what it was.
So now, this is not even a big Negro drug dealer trying to evade you. Play the video. Bam! Stop! I wanted y'all to see that first blow.
She came back with it.
That first blow rocked her.
And her bulletproof vest.
I want y'all to see this. Sisters, stop the cap.
Right. Yes.
Coming from cap, stop the cap.
You're gonna learn today.
Stop it. Stop. Be the, and I wouldn't even say be the courthouse. Because, one of those shows, they had a female bailiff, and she had on a skirt every show. Remember, she had a beige shirt, brown. One of those
Night Court?
judges. Night Court was a damn TV show. A comedy. No, one of those judge shows, I forgot which one. It was a white woman. She had dark brown hair, but she had on a skirt every episode. So you can be a bit, they have those uniform skirts. But my point is, it was Judge Joe. Okay, so probably Judge Joe. Look, they saying play it, Cap. I'm sorry, I gotta keep stopping it because I want y'all to see that Hailmaker that connected from somebody her size. We ain't talking about a 6'5" brother. I know y'all want to see it, but I gotta line this up.
They teach them how to duck and dodge.
Goodness. You can dip, dodge, duck, dip,
I'm
and
telling you,
dodge.
she came way back. She had time.
Like, you didn't see that shit coming?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That hand was going for at least 30 minutes. It got to return home at some point. Okay. Play the video and watch that first blow.
It was gone for 30 minutes.
Boom! Stop! I'm sorry. Look. Can we do it? Can you play? Is it slow-mo on this? Is that possible?
Yeah,
Okay,
like,
okay, no, don't mess it up. Don't mess it up.
He found it.
Oh,
yes.
You all right. Play it now.
Yeah, you got to go down. Yeah. 2 times.
No. You're right. That's it. They stupid. The sound effects.
Stop! I'm sorry.
The sound effects.
You thought the
Wait, I stopped it so damn much. I forgot there was 4 more hits after the Hailmaker. So she didn't recover from the Hailmaker, but there was a barrage afterwards.
Flurry.
It was a flurry of Floyd Mayweathers. The flurry of Floyd. The Haymaker, and then 3 more quick rabbit punches.
Boom.
In slow-mo.
Play it again in slow-mo. I like that
Right
thing.
in the hood right there.
Bam! Bam! Bam!
On top of they all connected. All of them.
Even the cameraman was like, damn! All right, stop. Look. Now here comes the brother. Right. As you can see how much bigger he is than both of them, right? Play the video. Stop.
What's that in the hand?
Whoa. What is that in her hand? And why is her joint up top?
What the hell is this?
She got scalped.
Boy, no way. Boy.
Split that wig. That's what you did.
Boy, no way.
Split that wig.
Okay, so now I like this slow motion. We're gonna use this more often. We gotta do like a play-by-play, like a damn video game.
Commentary.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. So now the brother has the fast hail-making sister. He got her. Now let's watch how he handles this. Go ahead. Look, she gone. She down. She
falling in slow-mo. Oh,
she down. So look. Okay, so the cameraman dropped the camera, but watch.
He threw Floyd into her.
Okay, look, one hand, look.
Damn.
Stop.
I'm talking, she went backward, like.
One hand.
It wasn't even a hand, it was like a fall. He just.
That was it. She's down. Now. So all the feet, now look, now the wig is on the ground. The wig is uncooperative. It's on its own. It's doing its own thing. It's self-willed as hell. The wig is self-willed.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be on her head.
It's like an octopus on the ground.
So now, the male officer, as you can see, he's directing his attention to the crowd because he doesn't want it to be everyone getting involved. He's trying to set some order.
Right.
Now, the sister, the police officer, she wants to get her licks back because now the young lady got her looking bad, right? In front of the whole community, entire community. Let's play it. She tries to jump on her. Stop.
Missed.
A total miss.
You had one job. Wow. She is on the ground.
She whiffed it.
But that wig is just like, it's really distracting me right now. It's just there.
That wig say ain't no point of both of us getting our ass whooped.
It's just there.
Let me stay out the way.
Can you go back? Can you go back, please? Can you go back?
That's the wig when you ride down the street. You be like, why is there a pile of hair in the ground?
That's what happened. Somebody got their ass knocked that.
I want y'all to see this. So the brother, look, one hit takes her out. Go ahead, play it now.
She in full back bend.
She done. Now stop. Stop it right there. Perfectly aligned.
She had a full advantage.
This other sister in the blue is down on the ground. You have one job. Allow your body weight to do the work. Fall forward. That's all you got to do.
You said just fall.
But you got to fall forward. She's going to fall, but it ain't forward.
She fell up.
Play the video.
You fall
How
up.
you getting?
Come on now.
And she kicked her.
Come on, man.
You had one job, sis. Use your body weight because you got 10, 15 pounds on her. Use your body weight. Right. She pulled, I'm telling you, this woman in the blue is a freaking ninja. She teleported. Now she blocking entire bodies trying to fall on her. Yeah. She's a friggin' ninja.
Tai Chi master.
Miyagi's son. Go ahead, play it.
What is she doing?
Stop.
What is the cop doing? What is she doing?
Flailing around like
Look,
a fish.
I'm gonna show you how the woman in the blue is a ninja. She did the sweeping kick, and look, she's back on her damn feet.
She's in the same
No, the other foot kicked her in the butt down.
She call it.
She said, "I don't do karate, I do crazy." Go ahead.
She foot sweeped in the air.
Look, stop. Bam. She's a friggin' ninja. How the hell? Why do you want, but sisters, why do y'all want jobs like this?
Right.
You niggas are crazy.
I don't even want that job.
I don't even want that job. Shout out to the listen, because I'm gonna say this. I know I've had some bad run-ins with police in my time. But the role that they play, 99% of us are not gonna play. Because when there's a mass shooter, when there's a report of a bomb, when they actually have to go into danger while the rest of the people are running away from it.
Nope.
So I pray y'all do as the centurions who were the police of the time said to Christ. Christ said, do evil to no man and be content with your wages. They asked Christ what to do. So I pray brothers and sisters like this, they repent, keep the commandments, but ultimately they do something that a lot of us will not do. Go into danger. That's some next level stuff. But back to the ninja. Play the video. Stop. Did you notice what the male officer just did with one hand again? Bring it back a little bit, because she on the ground, she praying to Pope Francis right now.
Help me, please.
Can everybody take a knee? She Colin Kaepernick right now. So now the brother was addressing the crowd at one time. He's now back focused on the ninja. What does he do? Look, one hand. Let brothers like that handle that stuff, man. Sisters, guide the house or take woman's work. That's it. Go ahead. Or at least if the work that you do take shouldn't be putting your life in danger like this.
That's blood pressure.
Now look. All you had to do. Now remember, the brother just pushed the sister in the blue, right? So now she's out of the picture. So all the female officer has to do is just, remember she had one knee. All she had to do was pick up the other foot so that both feet are planted. Wow. All you had to do was your left leg lifted. Let's play it. Stop. Look. Play it. Another one. How do you get mollywopped so many damn times? Go ahead. Now the male officer is about to step in again. That's a big ass bonnet, by the way. The male officer has her look to the ground. So now stop. The male officer has a situation. He threw her to the ground, so the female officer will have the advantage again. Play the video in slow-mo. Stop. So you can see the female officer is completely over the ninja. Go ahead. The brother said, damn.
I know, baby daddy said weed.
Male officer like, okay, I got it. They pointing at the wig. Look, she pointing at the wig. Don't forget your wig. Look, she's stepping on the wig. She's disrespectful as hell. The male said, look, I got it. Okay, stand on your feet.
And your wig dusty now.
Okay, let's play it regular. I want you to hear this brother right here. He said you got that ass whooped.
Damn. Yeah.
Finish it out. Look, he got the ninja by one hand. He said, come on, come with me.
Going to jail now.
But
you did good. I mean, I know it sounds misogynistic, but bake some cookies or something. Some cakes, some pies.
Listen, sisters, we don't want y'all in harm's way.
Blood pressure medicine.
We don't want y'all in harm's way. We don't want y'all jumping out of windows, chasing Negroes down dark alleys, trying to prove you got bigger balls than a man. It makes no sense. Right. It makes no sense. Give me that in Tobit. Yep. Let's go to Tobit. Ah, boy. I tell you. All we could do is try to help. That's it. That's it. Tobit chapter 2 and 11, yes.
Tobit chapter 2, verse 11. And my wife Anna did take woman's work to do.
So now, there were sisters that work. Proverbs 31 goes extensively into a woman who's a visionary. She acquired lands. She did works around the house in order to make sure her family was good. So there's nothing wrong with a brother needing his wife to work. And if a sister's single, of course, you got to sustain yourself, right? But what we're saying is, don't put your life in danger by some of these jobs, okay? Some of these jobs be having y'all, and a lot of times, some sisters can't shed the manly spirit coming into the truth because you have to become more masculine than the man in order to do what the man can so easily do. You gotta put yourself to level 15 to do what the man does on level 1. Mm-hmm. Right. Like he used one hand on 2 occasions, just push her down. Damn. Go ahead. You gonna say something?
And then you come home with that same spirit.
That same
like
aggression.
you said, like you can't shed that spirit. You can't separate the two. Mm-hmm. Even if you had to do that job, it's more difficult for a woman to shed that spirit. So she coming in chest bumping you. Right. Like, what's going on with you? Right. Because you'd have to chase down a ninja 2-3 blocks, get your wig knocked off. Yeah. So you still got that aggression, and then you bring that home. Right. And that's detrimental.
I just can't see her coming to your marriage being feminine after she came home bald headed and left when she left.
For real.
She left with a whole ponytail and came home bald headed. There's no way she's coming in feminine.
No. Right. And then your child comes to you and says at the dinner table, "Mommy, is this you?"
She went viral.
You went viral. Your whole wig on the ground.
I ain't washing no dishes. I get the Blue Ninja.
Yeah, you wasn't acting this tough with the Blue Ninja. You wasn't this gangster earlier. So listen, sisters, man, leave that stuff alone, man. Mm-hmm. Go into another career. Yeah. Hey, go down. Let's see.
Find something else to do.
Yeah, let's just do it.
You know, ain't nobody like hating on it, but find some good women's work to do, man. It's a lot of things. They got doulas and physicians and physician assistants, and you know, I mean,
dental hygienists.
Right, they got work from home jobs now. Yeah. You could
that's
be
the lick right now.
AI bot.
You be remote as hell.
Cybersecurity, you do a lot of stuff.
Just home.
Be remote as hell.
How can we help you? Oh, eBay took your money.
Right.
Because when I was truck driving, I thought I was gonna kill someone every day. On the road.
You just went out there thinking somebody.
Look, driving.
That's not a good mindset to have.
I was about to say, like, that's not how you want to work.
Purposeful, but when you driving, the teacher always say, like, every class, it's like reading 100 books, driving down the road, trying to devise through the situation, how not to hit somebody. So every day I'm like, I'm tired and I'm not really up thinking like that.
Today's the day.
It's stressful.
She like, today's the day.
You call, babe, you got the bail money? Every day check in.
I hated that.
Hey, to change course a little bit, right? No, actually, no. We're gonna stay on the sisters. But not in the same light. Not in the same light. Because we just made mention of the medical field, right? So go down to the next one with the brother with the hat. Let's play that real quick.
Good morning. I beg you, please share this video. I really don't care about the numbers. But for black people, for black women, I need you to hear this if you don't hear nothing else in your damn life. Sister, if you are giving birth to a child, if you plan on giving birth to a child, I need you to listen to me. Sisters, I need you to listen to me like you ain't listened to a black man before. Don't you take your ass to a hospital that you done asked 1,000 questions before you stepped your ass in there. Do you hear me, sister? I worked in the ICU the other night. I'm normally a trauma medic in the emergency room, but I picked up a shift in the ICU. And we immediately got a sister in there who had an emergency C-section, and she had internal bleeding, hemorrhaging. Now the baby was taken out and the sister was brought up to the ICU and critical care. Critical condition. We could not figure out where she was bleeding from, and we were trying to keep this sister alive. I turned to the doctor at some point, doctor that does not look like us, and I say, doctor, can you come take a look at her stomach? It's getting really distended. And her BP, her blood pressure is not going down. That doctor looked at me and said, that's my patient. I'll be over there in a minute.
He basically stopped. He said, stay in your place, nigga. And we went over this before. Remember, we went over how they say black women's threshold for pain is more than any other race of people, so they don't tend to them as they would to a white woman or a Chinese woman, because they say black women are able to take more pain.
What the hell is this?
Okay, go ahead.
And her BP, her blood pressure is not going down. That doctor looked at me and said, that's my patient. I'll be over there in a minute. 2 hours later, after this sister coded on that table 2 times and we had to get her back.
Stop. Coded, meaning she died.
Right.
She died twice, and they brought her back 2 times because that doctor waited 2 hours before he tended to an emergency that this brother said he told him about, and he didn't deem it important. He probably was checking his Twitter, his Facebook, things of that nature. He said, I got better things to do than save a Negro. Go ahead.
We finally get her down to the operating room, and yeah, that hemorrhage that they thought they controlled with that emergency C-section was not controlled. She was still having internal bleeding, which was killing her. Black people, I need you to hear me. If you can take your black ass to Target, if you can go to Walmart, if you can buy and spend and do for all these corporations that don't give a damn about you, your black ass, your black community, your black race, you can ask questions for that black baby. I don't care if you think you're annoying, the doctor think you're annoying, the hospital think you're annoying. I don't care if God himself think you're annoying from asking too many questions. Ask the question, sister.
Damn.
Because there's going to be a certain point in that pregnancy where you ain't going to have the ability to ask not a damn thing, sister. It's going to be out of your hands. So while it's in your hands, sister, I'm going to need you to take control of that pregnancy. Black men, don't you let that woman go into that hospital and you don't know every inch of that building. You need to know if something goes wrong, who is going to put their hands on your woman, on your child. And other black people, if you work in a hospital, speak up. Say something. Shit.
So, do we need more sisters in the body to be nurses?
Yes.
100%.
That's women's work.
Do we need them to be more physicians? Absolutely. Do we need them to be more LPNs and techs and all that? What do you call that? Medical techs that know medication, medical assist, all that stuff. We need that in the body. Someone that can sincerely say, you know what? I wouldn't recommend you use that. I see you're pregnant, sis. I wouldn't recommend you use that hospital that you're going to because they have a high mortality rate for our sisters. We don't look up stuff like that.
We don't know
Mortality rate? Like,
say, who know what
no.
that means?
Who know what that means? Hey, let's go to Nehemiah 9. Nehemiah chapter 9, and I want to start at verse 36. This is the harsh reality for us as a people. And then also, yeah, you got that. Good. Read that.
Nehemiah chapter 9, verse 36. Behold, we are servants this day. And for the land that thou gavest unto our fathers to eat the fruit thereof and the good thereof, behold, we are servants in it.
So here in this land and all the lands that we went into in captivity, we're servants in those lands. Just like right now, we're servants here. Can't nobody deny that. So we were talking about the sister that's employed as a police officer. Guess what? Oftentimes, sisters go into those roles because they're in a spirit of servitude. We need employment. We just choose the wrong employment. It puts you in a masculine spirit that you can't seem to turn off. But ultimately, both man, woman, and child, we are servants in this captivity. Go ahead.
And it yieldeth much increase unto the kings whom thou hast set over us because of our sins.
So all of the things that we do, the labor that we do, it goes to somebody else. Whether it's trucking, whether it's UPS, none of us get paid for what we actually do. No. Because remember, we went over the plasma thing, right? Remember that time? Mm-hmm. We went over the plasma thing, and then sisters will make, let's say, $20 an hour. That's not in comparison to the $1 million they paid for that pallet. Yeah. You don't get, you work 5, 10 years, you don't make $1 million in 5 years. Let's be honest. You work a regular job making $70,000 a year, $80,000 a year. That's on a decent end. In 5 years, you haven't made $1 million. Wow. So they're making $1 million off of one pallet, but they're paying you $70,000. Or even less. I say less than that. I say it's less than that. So amongst all the employees that you have, the 10 or 15 employees, that's one pallet. If they're doing a pallet a day, hypothetically, or a pallet a week, they paid y'all entire salary for the next 5 years in one shipment.
It's 3 pallets a week.
Oh, it's 3 pallets a week.
And one bottle is like $5,000 plus dollars.
Listen, okay, now you just messed my whole head up.
Yeah.
So $3 million a week is what they're making that we know of. It's not including the other services they provide.
But they save the plasma that they've had and ship it all together in one bulk. So they have old plasma that have been back there that goes all together.
So on the surface, what we know of.
Yeah, what we know.
Let's just say $3-4 million. That 1 week covers the employee's salary for the next 5 years.
The building too.
Yeah. Do y'all understand what's going on? So it just read that line, that bottom line again.
It says, "We are servants in it."
Mm-hmm. No, the top line. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. And it yieldeth much increase unto the kings, whom thou hast set over us because of our sins.
So we usually know about being cursed in the field, cursed in the city. The labors we do in the city, the labors we do in the field, we're cursed because we don't benefit from any of it. We don't benefit from the cotton field. We don't benefit from the strawberries, the lettuce, anything that we're picking or doing in the fields under servitude. We don't benefit from it. From the time we step off those ships, the benefit goes to the slave masters. Today, in the employments that we work now, it still goes to the slave masters. We basically getting a crumb just to get by. Go ahead.
Also, they have dominion over our bodies.
Wait a minute. Those exact same people that had us on those slave ships, that benefit from our servitude, they also have dominion over our bodies. They say what happens to our bodies. Right. So when we go into these medical facilities, there's time, and I'm right before the show we were talking, and I made mention, I hate hospitals, because no matter who it is, it's very seldom that you'll deal with somebody who makes you feel as though you're not a bother. Like I'm not here because I'm coming to hang out with you. I'm here because I don't feel well. My children don't feel well.
All them doctors ain't ready.
And they act as though you just ruined my screen time. You just ruined my day by coming. You stop at the little nurse station and ask, hey, which way is room 304?
You ain't supposed to be up here.
How'd you get up here, nigga?
They can't have no visitors right now.
Like, are y'all serious? I just came to drop some of, well, what's in it? What's this? What's the ingredients? What's that? What? Your ass can't cook because you always here. So it don't matter what I brought. Finish that out. Yo, them hospital, they get me upset, man. But go ahead.
Also, they have dominion over our bodies.
Go ahead.
And over our cattle. At their pleasure.
At what?
At their pleasure.
Go ahead.
And we are in great distress.
And we are always stressed out. We're always stressed out. And this is something that, this is one of those spirits that Bishop was going over yesterday that we actually have to break. We have to break that spirit where we're always distressed, because that stress that we take home from work, we bring it to the house. We bring it to the house. It affects our marriage. It affects our relationship with our children. It affects the bonds you have with brethren. Brothers talking to you, always hearing about your job and how you stressed out. Everybody want to hear that shit. I'd be like, bro, we all in captivity, bro. They'd be like, Cap, how you doing though? I said, bro, I'm black and ashy. That's it. Most I got me here another day. I'm thankful. That's it.
About investing in cocoa butter.
Anything good at work? Man, shit, I'm here with you. I don't want to talk about no damn work.
Right.
I'll be damned. But my point is, they have dominion over our bodies, bro. And the fact that they have dominion over our bodies, it got us stressed day and night. And a lot of the high mortality rates in pregnancies come from high levels of stress.
Yeah.
They don't. It's uncertainty. Remember in Leviticus chapter 26, we'll have no soundness. And Deuteronomy 28, we don't have no soundness. The shaking of a leaf brings immense fear upon us.
Your life will hang in the back.
Bruh.
Yeah, because when they talk about hemorrhaging, people don't really know how life-threatening that is.
It
That
is.
means they punctured a vessel, and it's just bleeding uncontrollably, and you don't even know where it's at.
Blood just squirting.
Because that's what he said. He said they thought they got it, but they didn't. And she died twice.
Yeah.
So real quick, I know we've quoted this book a lot, but I just want to go back to it. Read that real quick.
Medical apartheid. The dark history of medical experimentation on black Americans from colonial times to the present.
Now, I want y'all to understand this. The dark history of medical experiments is from the colonial times until now. Right. It still goes on. Go ahead.
It is a history of medical experimentation on African Americans from the era of slavery to the present day. This book presents the first detailed account of black Americans' abuse as unwitting subjects of medical experimentation.
Unknowing subjects of medical experiments. We are their guinea pigs. We're their guinea pigs. So let me see. Real quick, I want you to type this in. It's called Acres of Skin.
It's a book.
It's a book. Acres of Skin.
That sounds ominous.
Yes. So I have that book as well. But it's very important because this was something that took place more recently. This is much more recent. And I want you to really see when this book talks about the experiments that they did on us medically. It's actually, I've gotten into it's sad. It's sad. Let's see what they did.
Acres of Skin, human experiments at Holmesburg Prison.
Now, Holmesburg Prison is in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So we're not talking about the deep South. Oftentimes we think about we hear about medical experiments during slavery. We think about on the plantations, the first gynecologists, things of that nature. A lot of medical breakthroughs was done in the North. I'm gonna say that again, because most of the medical institutions were in the North. New York, Philadelphia, New Hampshire, Boston. These are the places that a lot of the medical breakthroughs, they might have began in some parts of the South, but the actual bringing forth and it becoming widespread happened in the North. Go ahead.
The book documents clinical non-therapeutic medical experiments on prison inmates.
Stop already. it says non-therapeutic.
So they was playing.
So they
They
was
wasn't
just
even
doing
looking.
stuff.
They wasn't even looking for no answer. They just was.
Seeing what this will do.
Yeah. What's this going? Ooh.
Okay, go ahead.
The book documents clinical, non-therapeutic medical experiments on prison inmates at Holmesburg Prison in Philadelphia from 1951 to 1974.
To when?
To 1974.
That was recent as hell.
Say, that person's still walking around.
That was recent as hell. That was recent as hell. If it happened to you in 74, you were in your 40s. Right now.
At least
You were in your 50s.
You're about to hit
right
50.
now. Go ahead.
Conducted under the direction of dermatologist Albert Kligman. The title of the book is a reference to Kligman's reaction on seeing hundreds of prisoners when he entered the prison.
So when Kligman entered into the prison, he saw a bunch of subjects. Damn. Not men that needed prison reform. Like, isn't that what Biden talking about now?
That's what it's supposed to be.
All these Edomites supposed to get prison reform, like reform. Go to what do you call them houses?
The halfway house.
Halfway house,
Yeah.
or some kind of, when you go for what is it called?
Rehabilitation.
That's what I'm
Rehab.
thinking. He says go to rehab because they have these issues. But what you saw was a sea of men. A sea of men. He saw a sea of potential victims. And guess what? Nobody would come to their aid. The warden never came to their aid. They were in on it. The police were in on it. It was, but hopefully it says it here, but go ahead.
The title of the book is a reference to Kligman's reaction on seeing hundreds of prisoners when he entered the prison. Quote, all I saw before me were acres of skin.
That's dementia. That's demented. When you walk, you say, "Oh."
He probably bust.
100%.
He bust.
100%. He at least leaked a little bit on this. He had, yeah. Bro, like, to like. The crazy part is, if they were telling you that their people was doing that to them in their prison, we would say you lying.
Yep.
You would say we lying, or they tell you my cellmate died because they was experimenting on him in here, and we'll say you lying. Ain't nobody. Why the hell would they be doing that to y'all in there? Why, nigga, you making stuff up, bruh? They telling you, cause my cousin, I got a lot of cousins went to prison. All praise the Most High. My mama made me move, but the be like. My cousin telling me that they was working for Naturally Fresh in prison. I was like, bruh, you in jail. He like, bruh, we was bagging salad for Naturally Fresh for 25 cents a day. I'm like, nigga, what nobody,
That's real.
You know? But then when the white man come tell me, I go, ooh, my bad, cuz. And then I tell a story. Remember, my cousin was bagging it for, you know what I'm saying? This kind of situation probably happened to our brothers and sisters where they telling you, bro, they was experimenting on us, seeing what the hell nigga invented magic shave in there from putting it on.
Yes.
You guys see how gruesome that can actually be. Because they had heart transplants. Like, where did that come from? The brain tumors. How did they figure that out? Right here, bro. They slicing us open, looking at the heart, studying the brain. Bro, this is some gruesome stuff.
We know how to keep him open while it's still beating.
Yes.
No, you don't. Watch
this. Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what they did. They would attach probes to our brain, do certain things to our body, and see which parts of the brain had impulses.
The hell is this?
That's how they fix. So they used to cut the crown of our head open and attach probes because you'll still be alive and fully functioning with that crown of your skull missing.
That's how they be knowing, like, okay, the right side of the brain does this, left side of the brain does
absolutely.
because of this.
Absolutely. They still leave you fully intact. But go ahead.
It was like a farmer seeing a fertile field for the first time.
So he did kind of cream on himself.
Yeah,
he had to.
He did.
That's like you buying a piece of land and you going and visit it. Be like, damn, this is beautiful.
You can only imagine. Look, you imagining what you can do with that land. Like, I could put this over here, and I could. He like, I could skin this one.
Yep.
Oh man, I could cut the brain top off of this one, and I can finally figure out what the cerebral lobe is doing.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
The book discusses issues surrounding the inadequate consent procedures of the 1950s and 1960s when using prisoners.
So what they did was they would give very little compensation or promises of early release, but there was no compensation. Brothers were, they were having chunks of skin cut out on them. Radiation testing was done on them, things of that nature. They were testing dermatological chemicals on them to see how their skin reacts to it, and some of them broke out into all manners of rashes and burns that no one could explain and no remedy for it.
Noxzema.
Burns on their faces. Yeah, how do they
come from?
How do they get the chemical makeup for Noxzema? You know how many brothers they burned up with the wrong dosage of chemicals before they got to where they are now?
Suspicious. You know what's crazy now that you say that? Now, and another cousin in prison story. Them in prison knowing that if you put magic shave powder and bleach and microwave it and throw it on somebody, it'll actually remove.
It's like acid?
It turns into acid. Damn. I'm pretty sure that's something they learned in prison. Like, hey, we made magic shave in prison because we was warming this stuff up and putting it on inmates and it was peeling their skin off. And the inmates going, take the magic shave, put it with some bleach, warm it up, and throw it on his ass.
Damn. That's a good point, Stephen. It says, if we're not in hell, where are we? And Sister Z says, I know that's not the only prison they did that at. You are
for
100% correct.
Remember,
that's not the only prison.
The brother was in Texas. He was saying that he was a slave. He was picking cotton and bro, you know that ain't all they doing.
Right. Let's finish this. Is there anything else? Oh, yeah, the book discusses. Finish that.
The book discusses issues surrounding the inadequate consent procedures of the 1950s and 60s when using prisoners. Prisoners, attracted by the compensation, were angry when two of the experiment's participants testified before Congress.
So somebody was a whistleblower. Go ahead.
The publication of Acres of Skin in 1998 attracted considerable international media interest. The book has been reviewed in several journals, including the International Journal of Dermatology, Social History of Medicine, and Canadian Journal of History.
Oh yeah.
Go down. Was there anything else?
I could see somebody who's
real quick. There's a don't hold your thought. There's a video about the history of medicine. I think that's it. Yes. So pause that. Go ahead, Oscar Carmelo.
Oh, saying when I read it, saying that it was a book about dermatology, you could see that why he would say acres of skin. Like this, I could see this man peeling off skin to find where pimples come from or some bull job. Like man, that's a evil man, bro.
When you look into a lot of these breakthroughs, even Kellogg. I think we touched on Kellogg one time. I forgot his first name, but the father of Kellogg cornflakes, like how he even came about with that. All of that stuff was like eugenics. It was the hatred for Jake, the hatred for black people, that they come about with all of these various so-called breakthroughs. And now today, those breakthroughs, we wear them on brands like us, like we're the Acres of Skin today.
Damn.
We are still the Acres of Skin because we wear their brands all over us, advertising how we've been used and abused. We've been used and abused by them. They went into these prisons, they went into these so-called medical facilities and did horrible things to our body. They have dominion over our body. And now we have brothers walking around today with those levels of scars as a badge of honor. So now you think a lot of those scars from prison came from conflict between two brothers?
Right.
No, it came from medical experiments. That charred look on somebody's face, that didn't come from mama holding your face to the stove. You was in prison and they did experiments on you without your consent. When I was reading the book, it reminded me of Bill Gates. How does this white man just walk into a prison full of black people and just start doing experiments and nobody stops him? Yeah. How does Bill Gates walk into a black country, start injecting children, and nobody's in an uproar? How does that? So that medical apartheid is still going on to this very day. COVID's vaccine was a medical experiment. The vaccines that Bill Gates is using in Africa are medical experiments.
That's right.
I just saw a basketball player drop dead in the middle of a game the other day. LeBron's son having heart conditions. And the only reason he ain't dropped dead yet because LeBron could pay for a new heart. He got the money. But my point is, all of these things are still medical experiments on our bodies. Right. It just told you they have dominion over our bodies. They made that shit a mandate. They made it a mandate to do what? Those that are in fear, those who of little faith, those who don't know any better. They prey on our ignorance. The white man walked into this prison. You think any of those black men say, hey, who allowed you to be in here? They continue to prey on our ignorance. We can't keep falling for the same damn thing. We look at these examples and say, oh man, that was messed up. We still doing it today. Sisters are going to other countries, getting their bodies, what is it called?
Lipo 360.
Lipo 360. Ain't research a damn thing about the doctor. They just looking for the cheapest price. Sisters are dropping dead from lipo. They dropping dead from ass injections. They dropping dead from breast implants. You think because the doctor worked well on that sister, it's going to be the same with you? Y'all got two different makeups of genetics. Two different makeups of body structure, body types. He looking at the dollar while you was looking at the dollar. You looking at the cheapest price, he looking at another price.
I could do 4 of these a day for $5 grand each.
I'm going to kill him.
20 grand a day, baby.
Play this video.
And in 1896, he published a book called Race Tendencies and Traits of the American Negro.
Start it from the beginning again. Good.
And in 1896, he published a book called Race Tendencies and Traits of the American Negro, in which he lays out all the numbers, and then he concludes that if we simply avoided allowing black people to have any access to health care, that within 2 or 3 generations, the whole race would die out, and that would solve the race problem in America. When
Stop. I want y'all to all understand what Esau's agenda is. Give me that in Psalms. Psalms 130. If it had not been for the Lord, let them say.
Yes.
Psalms 130 something, I think it is.
124.
Is it 124? Thank you. Yep. Start at verse 1. So their whole agenda is to wipe us out. That's always been that was Haman's agenda. That was Antiochus' agenda.
Pharaoh.
The list goes on and on and on and on. That was their agenda. That's always been the enemy's agenda. Go ahead.
Psalms chapter 124, verse 1. If it had not been for the Lord who was on our side, now may Israel say, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side, when men rose up against us, then they had swallowed us up quick, when their wrath was kindled against us.
If it wasn't for the Lord, they would have killed us off. If it wasn't for the Lord, they would have surely killed us all off. Think about it. Between Margaret Sanger, between the school to prison pipeline, crack epidemic,
Andrew Jackson,
opioids, heroin.
They tried everything.
They've tried everything
crack with the monkeys
to wipe us out. Everything. So don't think they're basically testing guinea pigs on what's the best way to wipe us out. That's what they do. So right now, it's the Sodom agenda. They trying to turn all our sons and daughters into sodomites so that we won't reproduce.
Right.
I hope we all understand that. The objective is we won't reproduce and the race will die out. Go back a few seconds. Right there. Go ahead.
We avoided allowing black people to have any access to health care, that within 2 or 3 generations, the whole race would die out, and that would solve the race problem in America. When Teddy Roosevelt, 1912, proposed a national health care system, people said no because black people will get it. When Franklin Roosevelt proposed a national health care system, it was the same thing. We don't want black people to get it. When Truman tried it in 47, same thing. Don't want black people to get it. We have to figure out a way to keep black people from using Medicare. And the way that they came up with was to have a 20% hole, a gap in Medicare, so that you had to pay 20% of your doctor's bill and your hospital bill, and that would discourage poor black people from showing up at the hospitals. Nearly 100% of the reason why the United States is the only country in the world that doesn't define healthcare as a right is because of racism.
Damn. He pretty much summed it up in a quick video. Damn. So from what the brother said sitting in his car that made mention of our sisters, make sure y'all figure out who's helping you in this hospital. Because when you're incapacitated under anesthesia, going through delivery, you won't have the ability to ask all those questions. So stemming from that to what this man has brought out in a book that was written in the 1800s, it all stems to racism. Y'all remember Judge Hatchett's daughter-in-law? Judge Hatchett, she's the sister with the short hair.
Court, right?
Remember, her daughter-in-law died on the delivery table. And we covered it on PSR. Her daughter-in-law died on the delivery table. She was hemorrhaging. She said they acted like it really was no big deal. And her daughter-in-law died. This is all stemming from, oh, there it is right there. There it is right there. Was it her or was it the other? No. What's the one that Bishop liked?
I can't think of her name.
Oh, Judge Tolbert.
Was it her? It was. Oh, it was this one, Hatchet. Okay, it was her. Okay, go ahead. Oh yeah. Her daughter-in-law. There it is. Right. Let's read. Let's read the article.
He butchered her. Judge Glenda Hatchett talks about daughter-in-law's death giving birth.
Damn.
Kira Johnson died after giving birth to her second child in 2016. All seemed well at first, but within 12 hours, she was dead.
Look how fast that happened. In 12 hours, she was dead.
Hell, you can die 2 times in 2 hours, according to that last video.
According to the last one. And this is a common thing. Just read it real quick.
He butchered her, is how Judge Glenda Hatchett describes the C-section that preceded her daughter-in-law's death 7 years ago, which happened from bleeding less than 12 hours after giving birth to a healthy baby boy, her second child. Judge Hatchett has been an outspoken advocate on behalf of black mothers who face highly disproportionate mortality risks when giving birth in the years since her daughter-in-law's death.
So we're not making this stuff up. Nope. We're not making it up. They have dominion over our bodies. And what they do is, we've touched on it before, they are always in a rush. They tell you that you got to get the baby out, out, to rush you to have a C-section. Mm-hmm. So when they make you panic, you're like, save, you're going to some type of motherly instinct to save the baby. They're telling you the baby, you might lose it. And I remember a doula spoke when the doula was like, no, we're gonna go through this, the problem. Because the doula was there. And the doula's calm. The mother's panicking, but the doula's calm. Say, no, we're gonna do this. And the doula was massaging her stomach. But the doctor's like, no, we're gonna lose the baby. The heart rate is going down. That's what it was. They keep saying the heart rate is low. The heart rate is low. To scare the sister who can't make coherent decisions in such a high stress situation. Damn. So they rush for these C-sections. They cut vital arteries or veins or what have you, and sisters start bleeding out. And they're like, they'll be all right.
So
go
ahead.
You know why they push those C-sections so much? It's because of
money.
The money that you get.
It's big money.
That's why they push it. Like, even if they're not in danger of any type of risk, they're going to promote that. Hey, the C-section is this, it's better, it's more efficient, yada, yada, yada. But the grand scheme of things, they get more money.
It's more money.
I was looking for it this week, but we had talked about it last week. But there's a video called The Birth of Being Born. And they had a abbreviated version.
Shout out to your gangster grill too.
The abbreviated version, and I was just, so what they were saying was that they pushed for the epidural early. Right, which
that's what we went over. Yeah.
So when they push for the epidural early, it makes the woman where she can't feel the contractions, right?
Right.
So she can't naturally help with the delivering of bringing the baby down the birth canal. So once they do that, then they say we have to administer the Pitocin.
Yes.
The Pitocin makes for an irregular contraction.
It's pig hormones.
Yeah, but the Pitocin squeezes the baby until this might be the quick version, but no, this they were going through the process of this in this movie, and they were saying that the Pitocin squeezes the baby, so that now what Kat was saying, the heart rate, they start saying, oh, we losing the baby heart rate. It's because the fake contractions caused by the Pitocin is now you pretty much chokeholding the baby, you yoking the baby up.
And where do you think they learned that from?
Right. Who did they experiment on to figure that out?
He was like, "Oh, this Pitocin really do something.
This really do something," because they were actually slicing open wounds, trying to see
and watching it grab. Ugh, could you imagine that?
They learned that from being conquistadors, slicing open our sisters' wombs. Yeah, that's why they learned it. Hey, so sisters, man, stay away from them epidurals, man. If you have anything within you, listen, you got to go through them contractions because God is reminding you of something.
And educate yourself.
I had that discussion recently.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Sometimes, hey, listen. You gotta hear it. We have to, we always have to be reminded of the fear of the Lord. We always have to be reminded of the fear of the Lord. So when you are going through these pains, these trials, things of that nature, you gotta be reminded, like, listen, man. Damn, we pissed Most High off, man.
Right.
We pissed the Lord off. Or sisters, y'all rebelled against Eve rebelled against Adam. So guess what? Y'all got to deal with that as well. So I know Captain RE has said it before too. He was like, no, you gonna remember that you disobeyed the Lord.
Right.
You ain't getting no damn epidural. But the point also making is it has side effects. The side effects is after the epidural, you're gonna need something else to bring you back some regularity. But that regularity they're gonna give you through the Pitocin is actually making your situation worse.
Right. So now they have to say, oh, we gotta cut you. And once they cut you, because my sister had a friend, they did that too, and the doc, she almost died because her placenta hadn't detached from the uterus yet. But the doctor was pulling and pretty much flopped her inside out, pulled her uterus down through the...
Whoa!
She almost died.
Can you warn us before you say stuff like that?
No, I need shock value. I need to see you go.
The doctor pull her whole uterus out?
Pull her uterus down through the inside out through the cervix.
Wow.
Almost killed her. She was in the hospital for a while after that, and all they can say is, oops.
Don't it gotta sound like a waiver or something?
I was just gonna say that, bro.
Yeah, you probably signed something, say, hey, we kill you,
what it is.
You can't malpractice us.
Yep. Damn.
You come to these free doctors.
Let's go out of this, man. Because remember, we touched on it earlier, man. This oppression don't make you, you should have a level of wisdom of God to realize the oppression we in. You should be pissed off. You should really, really be pissed off.
When you think about it.
So let's stay in the vein of medicine a little bit. Go to the left, right there. Let's stay there. Let's stay in the realm of medicine. Go ahead.
The single most common cause of high blood pressure is a deficiency in the mineral magnesium.
Okay.
Really?
So even white man was like, really? High blood pressure affects a lot of our people. When blood builds up in your, what's the blockage called again? There's a blockage in your blood vessels that cause
plaque.
Is it plaque? Yes, it's plaque. Levels of plaque are high, so therefore the blood doesn't flow through as easily as it's supposed to.
Restricted.
Therefore, it's restricted, or it's confined. Pressure builds up in your vessels, so the blood is working harder to get through those vessels, right? So this affects a lot of our people. A lot of our people are on high blood pressure medication. Pass my high blood pressure pills.
Give me pills.
Pass my pills. So we become dependent on their medication. But let's finish that.
The single most common cause of high blood pressure is a deficiency in the mineral magnesium.
Really?
Yeah. It's interesting how that works, right? You have two types of blood vessels in the human body. You have arteries and you have veins. Arteries carry blood away from the heart. Veins carry blood back to the heart. What's the difference? Well, there's one significant difference between the two. Arteries have muscles. Veins do not. Why does an artery have muscle? because God is smart. So when the heart pumps blood out of the heart, it goes into the artery, and the muscle in the artery constricts and relaxes in order to help the heart pump the blood. Fascinating mechanism, like a snake crawling down the street. The artery constricts and relaxes in order to help the heart pump the blood. That's fantastic. Well, how does the muscle constrict and relax? The same way that a bicep constricts and relaxes, or any muscle in the body. It's done through magnesium and calcium. If you do not have enough magnesium, the muscle will constrict, but it cannot relax. So it stays constricted. Now, if you have a garden hose and there's water coming out of it, and you squeeze the hose just a little bit, the water comes out faster, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's because you decrease the volume, the pressure goes up. So when the artery gets collapsed because of not enough magnesium, the blood pressure spikes. So you don't have high blood pressure.
I hope we all understand. We're just, Austin, man, you all right? You just blown away? Hey,
You thought it was salt.
We always learn something on PSR. I can say that. PSR be teaching us some stuff, man.
I sent a page of the benefits of magnesium because it goes in with your digestion as well.
Magnesium is in Celtic salt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hope y'all understand that.
That stuff hard to find now.
Yeah.
I was looking for something.
Bruh, I'm gonna hip y'all to something. So, they tell you to stay away from salt, right? But it's really like iodized salt and processed salt. It's not talking about natural salts like Celtic salt or Celtic salt or real Himalayan salt. Those have magnesium in it. So let me hip y'all to something. And I learned this online too, and I've been doing it personally. So one of the first things you're supposed to do when you wake up is drink water, right? I think a lot of us know that. But your body doesn't readily absorb water like we think we do. You need to have your cells opened. Now, the way you do that is through a pinch of Celtic salt. So before you drink your water, a pinch of Celtic salt on your tongue allows your cells to be dehydrated. So when you drink your water, it will rehydrate those cells, and you'll be hydrated more so than if you were to just drink straight water. You have to actually deplete your cells, and just that pinch of Celtic salt does that. So right before you drink, pinch, not even a pinch, just a few crystals, because they're really big. They're big like Himalayan salt. Like 2 or 3 crystals on your tongue, your body now goes into we're dehydrated mode.
That's different from kosher salt, Celtic salt.
Yeah, it's different from Celtic salt. I mean, from kosher salt. Kosher is just still a processed salt, but it's it's a refined salt that they process it a certain way where it's supposed to be no unclean things in the room and kosher BS.
Okay.
But my point is this. What it does is it sends your body into thinking it's dehydrated. So once you drink your water, it takes it in a lot better. And I say that to say this. In that Celtic salt is magnesium. So if you do that every day, you're getting magnesium to help the flow of your blood within the vessels. A lot of us, and I think remember one time we had Sister Hoshana on here? She's a nurse. No. We had Hoshana.
Oh.
They moved.
To Orlando. Yeah.
Just tell them I'm gonna get an address too.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to.
But they she made mention that most of us as a people are vitamin deficient. Right. We are vitamin deficient. So, and I've talked about a good multivitamin, taking certain things. I know Captain Shem goes over that a lot. Deacon Asaph goes over it a lot. Certain things you're supposed to have every day. So here's another one that we need because when I tell you a lot of our people is on high blood pressure medication, and I know a lot of people are saying that because they eat pork and stuff. Yes, we know that. We know they're breaking the dietary laws. But what about our people that's in the truth?
Right. That
even acquired it while being in the truth? It's processed salt. The processed salt has no magnesium in it. I want everybody to understand that. So your iodized salt has it has all the sodium and none of the benefits of real salt.
Them vegan processed patties got all that boys full of salt.
Yep. So
but it ain't no magnesium.
So you're getting all the negatives, but you're not getting the benefits that salt provides as well. Your body needs that magnesium. Oh, got it right there. See, the tech team is on it. Hey, we might have to keep Officer Lisha on the show and stop making him go back there because tech team been running flawless today.
Yeah. I
think we found the problem.
Oh, damn.
Not he was the problem.
Damn. That was the problem.
He was holding them.
Tech team on it. Nah, go ahead. Read that.
Magnesium plays many crucial roles in the body, such as supporting muscle and nerve function and energy production.
So a lot of times we feel groggy. We feel it's because we don't have enough magnesium. Go ahead.
Low magnesium levels usually don't cause symptoms. However, chronically low levels can increase the risk of high blood pressure. Heart.
So little white man wasn't lying all the way.
They never told us that. They say you eating too much salt. You eating too much salt.
Right.
Cut back on the salt. Cut back on that iodized processed salt. Your salt is supposed to be in bigger chunks. It's not supposed to be finely refined like that. That's not, because when you have those thicker crystals, you use less of it.
Because they salty.
Because it's much saltier than the iodized salt. They strip everything from it when it's iodized.
So we got a God who say, don't even bring nothing before me without no salt.
Yeah.
How would God say that? Don't you bring that? You bring that dry piece of lamb shoulder with me without no salt on it.
Right. All praises. Hey, but keep reading.
However, chronically low levels can increase the risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and osteoporosis.
Well, question. Every one of those, do they affect our people in great numbers?
Yes. Except osteoporosis. The top three.
So you telling me that little white girl with the yellow rain jacket and the little rain thing? What's that? Martin. You telling me that little white girl the devil?
Yep. It clown. She the it clown.
She is damn Pennywise.
Yep. in the little yellow rain jacket.
In the little yellow rain jacket. Y'all was falling for that little white girl. Stop it. Do like Anthony Anderson on Blackish. Saw the little white girl in the elevator. Leave that little white girl alone.
It's a little white girl in the elevator.
Leave that little white girl alone. Leave that stuff alone. And now this is just one of the many, like I said, leadership has been bringing out many healthy topics over many years now. And we have to just take all of that and incorporate it into our stuff. Now I know many of us eat out and stuff like that, but we can still do things in the comforts of our home to make better choices. Yeah. So we have enough of our people with high blood pressure, hypertension. We have enough of our people that have, heart disease is the #1 killer of so-called black people.
Yes, it is.
Heart disease is the
God don't matter.
Officer Lisha, you are officially a part of the PSR show. You can no longer be in the back with the tech team. We love you, sir.
Thanks for your service.
You said they hating?
Nah. I'm stepping out the way, man.
Thank you for your service.
You've been promoted.
Point back.
Yeah.
The tech team on it today. Let's look at that.
The heart of the matter. Heart disease is the leading cause of death for women and men, regardless of race and ethnicity. 82.6 million American adults have heart disease.
Listen, 82.6 million Americans, and that's heart disease that they know of. How many of us walking around and ticking time bombs?
We ain't going to the doctor.
We ain't going to the doctor. We get chest pains. Hey, drink some tea.
My granddaddy had
rub some Robitussin on it.
Cap. My granddaddy had 8 heart attacks before he died, and he would do that.
Yo, bro, your grill really shining, bro. He got diamonds in there. Who this? Paul Wall? Donnie Dang? What's that dude's name?
I don't even want to tell a story.
That Jew said, "Cat, He showed me a gangster grill. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro. Tell your story. I'll look straight ahead.
Cap. My granddaddy had 8 heart attacks.
Damn.
But he would do like he wouldn't go to the doctor. He would sit in a chair and grunt. He'd sit in the chair.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
And we never knew that that's what it was. It wasn't until after when he was in the hospital about to die that the nurse had told my dad, was like, his heart is so damaged that we suspect at least 8 heart attacks from the amount of damage that we see in his heart. But that's what you were saying. Like, we go drink some tea, and that's what he was doing. He sit there for a whole day. He tired now. Then he go get his soda water with peanuts afterward.
Damn.
And
they do that.
And that's what he call it. Give me a soda water. Give me a soda water. Pepsi. Get him a Pepsi and some peanuts. And that's what he would do afterwards, and come find out years later,
No, it was killing him.
he was having heart attacks and nobody knew. But damn, like I said, you saying 82.6, but what about those ones just sitting in the chair or drinking tea, or they just I'm gonna go lay down for a little while. I mean, that thing crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if it wasn't for my Lord and I going to the doctor, I wouldn't have known my iron was so low. Like, iron in women low is really problematic for a lot of sisters too.
Y'all be bleeding out.
Well, it's a lack of nutrition and us, having vitamins. So that's a major problem.
So someone said, can someone tell Cap that iodized salt has iodine in it that we all need? Okay.
But does it have magnesium?
I never said that iodine salt didn't have iodine. That's why it's called iodized.
Right.
I want to read this. So, the health benefits of Celtic or Celtic salt. Electrolyte balance. Celtic salt is rich in essential minerals such as sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium. These minerals are important for maintaining the body's electrolyte balance. Iodine deficiency. Celtic salt is a natural source for iodine. So, Celtic salt also has iodine
in it. Yeah.
Okay. It says hydration. Isn't that what I went over earlier? Celtic salt helps the body to absorb and retain water. Okay, so I might have known what I was talking about. Okay, I didn't just make it up. Cardiovascular health. Celtic salt contains minerals that are important for cardiovascular health, such as potassium and magnesium. These minerals help regulate blood pressure and prevent hypertension. Muscle function. Celtic salt is important for proper muscle function as it helps to maintain the body's electrolyte balance. Brain function. Celtic salt contains minerals that are important for brain function, such as magnesium, and magnesium is essential for nerve function and can help improve brain function, promote restful sleep, and prevent irregular heartbeats. That's what you said Granddad had, right?
Yep.
Okay. Alkalizes the body. So
take it out of acid mode.
So here's what I'm saying. You don't got to do a damn thing we say. Not a thing. All we can do is provide you the information, provide you the word of God, and you do what you want to do. But us using iodized salt has us at the highest rate of heart disease. Damn. So we didn't finish reading that. Let's read that now.
African American females, 47.3%.
That's crazy.
That's a lot.
African American males, 44.8%. Everybody else?
Everybody else?
No. You got Latinos right here.
He said everybody else.
Latino.
Hispanic females, 30.9%, and Hispanic males, 30.7%.
So I don't understand what the negative was.
Nothing.
Was there a negative? No. Okay, because the processed salt is lacking all of the things that we just made mention. Okay, so there's only a benefit. Now, granted, here's our problem. Iodized salt is cheap as hell. Am I right? It's cheap for a reason.
You don't find that suspicious?
Celtic salt, you're gonna pay $7-8 for one bag.
It's $9.37.
Oh, it's $9.
Yeah, because I was looking for something. I had to settle for the Himalayan sea salt because they don't keep that in the Kroger around where we at.
Right. So the Celtic salt, it will. Sometimes they have a deal like 2 bags will be like $14, something like that. Well, my point is this: that's something that is beneficial. Whether and the Himalayan salt, there's different types you have to get. You have to make sure because what they do is they mask.
Got the bootleg one.
Yeah, they mask them as Himalayan, but they're really not. So you just have to just do better. That's all we got to do. Do better, because obviously what we've been doing is going to hell in a handbag.
Busting our heart.
That's it. So all we could do is give you the info. That's it.
So is it not available in stores, or you have to get on Amazon?
Probably like a Sprouts or a Whole Foods or something like that.
Places, they all say Amazon.
Right. Somebody said it's $12 in NYC. Yeah, that's Celtic salt is expensive, but it's for a reason. All right, so real quick, I know we got probably like 19 minutes left. Go to that one right there in the blue. Play that real quick. All praise to the Most High, y'all. Lord's will, it helps.
But you're saying you're gonna lie and say that I hit you, but you backed into me?
Yeah,
Why would you do that?
because I can't afford to have another accident on my record.
But you say you're gonna lie on me?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Because I can't afford to not lie. I can't afford to not.
He said, I can't afford to not lie. See, I love when Esau tongue fall on themselves. I love it. That's what a lot of what we found today with the medical breakthrough. A lot of it is what we found with how feminism has lied to our sisters. All of their plans are crumbling down on top of their heads. Esau said, I can't afford not to lie.
Right.
You think he's just talking about that accident?
Right. That's his way of life.
He been lying. I was about to say that's what he do.
That's his way of life, man.
Hell no.
I mean, everything about this man is a lie. Every single thing. Now, something as simple as an accident that he caused. Now, what if that sister didn't record it? You think the police would have believed her?
Nope.
There's no way the police would have believed her.
And that's why he's so bold, because he said, listen, I'm going to win, whether you like it or not. I'm going to lie to you and let you know that I'm going to lie. Why? Because of the color of my skin.
Right.
I already know.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go back a little bit and play it again.
Record.
But you say you're gonna lie on me?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Because I can't afford to not lie. I can't afford to not say.
So stop. I'm sorry. I can't let it go by. So go back. Can you get that soundbite? Can you get a soundbite from that? How long would it take? 5 minutes. That's too long.
Yeah.
We need that. I can't afford not to lie. But go back and play that line again. That thing just makes me feel good. Because he's a damn liar. What color is Jesus? I can't afford not to lie.
Right.
Who are the real Israelites? I can't afford not to lie. Who's the son of perdition? I can't afford not to lie.
So you just gonna lie on us?
To our face.
Look, he said, I can't afford to give up this. I can't afford to give up this planet right now. I got to lie.
Wow. Go back and play it again. Like, hey, oh no, we can't do that in slow motion because it's words. It'll be slurred. Yeah, I like that slow motion, man. But play that part again.
Captain found a new toy.
But you say you're gonna lie on me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Because I can't afford to not lie. I can't afford to not say that you hit me.
Okay. Well, okay.
Damn.
I'm not gonna, okay.
So you decide if you want to go to the bank, if you want to call the police and I'll lie. That's your option.
He said we can go to the bank or we can call the police and I'll lie.
Lying ass bitch.
He said that's your option.
He said we can go to the bank or you can call the police and I'm gonna lie.
That is your option. Either you get this $300 I'm gonna give you and fix your little junky car, or I'm gonna lie and you get nothing. I mean, and we talking about it could be potentially thousands of dollars in damages.
Yeah.
And you trying to give me $300? I'm supposed to be happy with that?
Oh,
It's because Negro's been taking the low road forever.
Right.
This ain't the first time he did it. I think I did it one time.
You took the 300 or you gave the 300?
I did. No, I took it. Because you did it too?
You said, because I can't afford it either.
Right. Only reason I did is because it was no damage to my car. I was on a street, and you know how the parking is sideways? He backed out and touched my door. I was like, what the hell? So I got out. It was no damage. I had a big-ass Dodge. That thing was a tank. So I ain't worried about it. He said, all right, I'll write it. So he wrote me a check. I was like, if it bounce, I'm going to come look for your ass because your address is on this check. But, yeah, I did it one time. But it wasn't along these lines. Like, he was like, okay, there's no damage. He was like, you go. I was like, nah. Matter of fact, I said, you got to give me something. And he gave me a little something. So, you know what I'm saying? Broke me off a couple hundred.
I can't afford not to take it.
A couple hundred.
Cal said, I can't afford not to take that 300.
I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. But it wasn't, it didn't go anything like this. It wasn't nothing like that. I was like, yo, you got to give me something. He said, let me get my checkbook. And all right.
It's the yeah for me. Yeah.
But if it was like front end or something like that, that's something different. It was my door. It was no damage. I'm like, shoot, nobody riding the back anyway.
That man said,
they don't need the window.
You gonna lie on me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Facts. He said, yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead, play it. Finish it out.
Decide if you want to go to the bank, if you want to call the police, and I'll lie. That's your options. $300.
You lying ass bitch.
I'm okay with the 300. I'm gonna call the police.
Wait, let me hear the yeah one more time. Yeah. Come on, play it just one more time. Just play it. I just want to hear it one more time.
Because I can't afford to not lie.
Why?
Because I can't afford to not lie. I can't afford to not say that you hit me.
It's all good. Let's go.
All right, so this is who they are, right? They can't afford not to lie. I want you to go back to the main list. Let's go all the way to Ukraine. Wait, do I want Ukraine or do I want? Let's go to Ukraine right there.
Oh, can I show you a video of Ukraine lying?
Go ahead. Let's play that real quick.
Ukrainian presidential advisor has rejected Africa's involvement in European affairs, saying African leaders only came to beg for food and support Putin.
Dang, hold on. Stop. He said the only reason African leaders came was to beg for food. Damn! But I thought they provided food for the world. Right. Don't they provide grain for the world?
Yes, they do.
So Africa came to beg for food. You know what's funny? Africa, we covered an article last year where Putin said African leaders use Africa for a graveyard. He said Africans only go to Africa to die because they get their schooling in Europe, they do their shopping in France, they buy nothing but expensive European vehicles, they have homes in various European countries, but when it's time for them to die, they go back to their homeland. And we was like, damn, this is stuff Putin is saying. So I don't feel no way about when they're being insulted by these leaders. Like recently, they met with Putin. Putin didn't shake none of their hands. None of them. When they went to Europe for the Queen's funeral, we went over, they made them ride a bus. While everybody else drove in their armored vehicles with their caravan. They made the Africans riding a bus. How many times y'all gonna get insulted? Now, granted, a lot of African leaders are rising up and speaking against the evils of the West. But they're not doing it collectively. After this, I want to go to Niger to show what they do once we all start to speak up and point out the son of perdition, the ones that can't help lie. Play that.
Africa's involvement in European affairs, saying African leaders only came to beg for food and support Putin. This comes as an African peace delegation of 6 African leaders, led by South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa, traveled to Ukraine and Russia to broker peace between the two countries. Podolyak said in an interview that Ramaphosa and his delegation of African leaders had no business being in his country to negotiate a peace settlement between the two countries. Podolyak, who is the advisor to the chief of staff of Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, said African leaders had neither the capability nor the power to get involved in matters they knew nothing about.
Damn!
Adding that this was beyond their...
He insulted them in such an intellectual way. He said they have no power and they don't have the understanding of what's going on. Damn. That's a friggin' insult.
Yeah.
You're talking to a dignitary.
No. You don't know what's happening around here, buddy.
He's like, bro, stay out of white man's affairs.
That's what he said.
That's
what he said.
He called him a boy. He said, stay out of white man's business, boy. Bruh. Play it again.
Said African leaders had neither the capability nor the power to get involved in matters they knew nothing about, adding that this was beyond their understanding.
Beyond their understanding.
Yeah, it's
Many Africans have
some 7 head stuff going on around there. 10 heads, you don't got nothing going on. You don't know what's going on with them horns. Them horns around there pulling moves, and yeah, you just get on the bus. We'll send the bus for you.
Go ahead.
Adding that this was beyond their understanding.
It says this was beyond your understanding.
Right.
Go ahead.
Many Africans have slammed Podolyak's comments as yet another imperialistic and racial onslaught on the continent. Some even made jabs at the Ukrainian government, saying even President Zelensky himself can't make peace with Putin unless commanded by the United States government.
So they know it.
Right.
They know it, but the insults are it's an onslaught. Let's no, for real quick before you. Okay, play this. Here's what they do once leaders start to rise. Do you have the actual article showing where it was? I said the writing was below the. Okay, so this is the country of Niger. They've overthrown the current sitting president in the country of Niger. Now, we did a story on PSR some time ago, how all of the, you can read it, officer. Can you shrink so you don't see everything on the side right there? That's gonna be too much information for everybody to see. Slide it over maybe.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Or copy and paste the text.
Yeah. You know what? You don't put it up on the screen, officer, just read it yourself.
Yes, sir.
And then we'll go to the video.
Breaking. The president of Niger has just been overthrown by soldiers. All institutions have been suspended, borders closed, and a curfew introduced. Protesters gathered to defend democracy were dispersed by warning shots.
So, go ahead.
Niger sits on some of the world's largest uranium deposits.
Whoa.
Oh, what we got over there?
Hold on a second. Did you ever get the Gaddafi thing? There was one I told you, he was way at the top. Probably like the 25th. It was about, is it Muammar Gaddafi? Muammar Gaddafi. It was way at the top of the list. Probably like I said, on the 24th or the 25th, it has the fire emoji. You got it? So here it is. Can you play this while you look for it? Yes, okay, play this and you find it. So the current sitting government has been overthrown, and come to find out, Niger sits on one of the largest uranium deposits in the world. Who do you think is really behind this?
Whoever need nukes.
We've gone over, it just so happens that they've been planning for nuclear war. They've been planning for nuclear war. I just read an article that even Xing Jinping said that it's imminent that that America is going to be destroyed by nuclear fire. That's what he said. I think it was yesterday. He said it's imminent.
China? Xi Jinping?
That's South Korea.
South Korea.
South Korea, North Korea.
I think it's South.
No, because Kim Jong is in North.
No, who did I say?
Xi Jinping. You said Pang.
Yeah, I meant man.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, Korea. The Korea dude.
Oh yeah, North Korea.
Yeah,
okay.
North Korea.
Kim Jong.
Yeah, Kim Jong.
Yeah.
Whatever. Moab.
It says that the uranium is used by the military to power naval ships and submarines.
Nuclear reactors.
Yes.
Nuclear warfare.
They use nuclear reactors.
warfare. So just as the talk about nuclear war is going on, there's a government overthrow of the largest uranium deposit in the world.
Gotta get it.
All you gotta do is put 2 and 2 together. Now we ain't the smartest bunch. Just like how we played great detectives and figured out who brought the coke into the White House. It didn't take rocket science to figure that out. But we got it. We figured it out.
If I needed uranium.
And needed for what? Nuclear war. We are on the brink of World War III scripturally. According to God, we are on the brink of World War III.
It ain't gonna happen historically until it happened, but scripturally we already know it's on. We in the mix.
Hey, give me that revelation about the second war. Is it Revelation? I'll be calling. Oh, Revelation 9. Is it 9? Yes. Verse 12. Revelation 9, verse 12.
Revelation chapter 9, verse 12. One woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter.
So, one woe is past. One world war is past, and there's now 2 more going to come. World War II came as well. Now, what's that last woe? World War III. Can't get a bomb on that. I appreciate y'all. I thought that was like I set it up for a bomb.
You set it up. You gave it the stagnant words.
Yeah, I staggered. Yeah, see that right? I staggered the words for impact. Hannah, you all right over there?
My fan went
Yeah,
out.
I know. Oh, your fan went out?
I'm dying.
Nah, you just keep it plugged in. It
Look,
worked.
I unplugged it and it went out.
Oh, hell, what you unplugging stuff for? Always touching stuff. Anyway, but World War III is on the brink. So now when they overthrow Niger, that has the largest uranium deposit, you know who is behind it. Let's go down a little bit. Go down, go down, go down, go down. Was that it on Africa? Just that one? All right, play that. And after that, no, did you get the Gaddafi? That's the one I wanted. Ah, come on.
What's the Gaddafi one?
That one of the things that they killed him for was because underneath the Libyan desert was large deposits of water, and he was going to make that desert land more fertile, where they could be self-sustaining. And they said, nah, that's another. So we think it's just the gold, but it was more than that he was going to do. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Let's finish with this video and we'll close out.
I'm sitting. I'm an African. I have to take a visa in a passport, an African passport, to go to another African country. I'm from Ghana. When I'm going to South Africa, I have to go in the queue in a South African embassy to get just a common visa to visit my own continent. And then somebody that comes from America or from Europe is visa free.
So stop.
Come on. I mean, look.
Remember what the Ukrainian dude said. They have no power. The governmental leaders don't even have power in their own countries. I want you to think about this. You are president of a country, and another country dictates if you can let other countrymen from the same continent come in and out of your borders.
They keep us not at home.
Are y'all?
Many waters.
Yep.
But listen to the next part. Go ahead.
Then somebody that comes from America or from Europe is visa free.
Stop. They said you can't go amongst the African countries without getting visas for each country. But Europeans and Americans can go to some of these countries without no visa. You don't need a visa to go to South Africa from America. You don't need a visa. So a lot of the benefits that Europeans or America has, people on the continent of Africa don't have.
Right.
Damn.
So that divide and conquer that they did to us, they did it to Africa under the Balfour Declaration. No, the Balfour Declaration. Yeah, Balfour, the dividing of Africa. What is that called?
No, that was.
No, Balfour Declaration was Israel.
That was Israel.
What was the dividing of Africa called?
Was it?
No, Berlin Conference.
Berlin Conference.
Thank you. Woo! We got one brother be paying attention to class. No, I'm just kidding. I went blank. Thank y'all. The Berlin Conference. That's the dividing of Africa. That's how it went down. Or the Belgian Conference. Is it Belgium or Berlin?
Berlin.
Nah, Berlin was the wall. It was the No, it wasn't Belgium.
Nah.
Oh, hell. Thank you. I think it was Berlin. It was Berlin. The Berlin Conference. Thank y'all. All right. So these are some of the things that they do to our people abroad to keep them oppressed. We went over it a few weeks ago. They have to keep Africa the way it is. Otherwise, the world will turn into third world countries. All these superpowers will be third world countries. All right. We're going to end it there.
Well, if you... Yeah, go round of applause for our show today. It was an excellent show with our dream team. Bro, you made this the radio spark. I don't know what you just did. But guess what? If you don't want to be oppressed, go to IsraelUnite.org. Find one of our sanctuaries near you where you can come and learn to keep the commandments of God amongst like-minded brothers and sisters. And if you can't do that, guess what? You can subscribe for just $1.99 per month to IUIC TV, where you have access to exclusive content not seen anywhere on the face of the earth. But guess what? We also got many YouTube channels, platforms, radio shows, shows that we give out great information on a daily basis, all day and day, every damn day. All right. If you want to make Patient Saints Radio an even better radio show, you could do so at iuic.atlanta@israelunite.org. Make sure to put PSR in the comments. And if you want to help keep the prophets moving throughout the earth, teaching this glorious gospel, you could do so at iuic.fundraising@israelunite.org. Cap.
Hey, want to thank, it says the tech team behind the scenes, but the first name is Officer Alicia.
I was there for
I don't know who the hell put this list together, but Officer Alicia was not on the tech team. We didn't have no outages.
Oh, damn.
We didn't have no mic issues.
Damn, so
we didn't have to restart the stream.
Not enough fan did go out.
That was my fault.
That was her fault. She plugged it out. But we ain't have no tech. So it's official. Officer Alicia is now a part of the show on the front side, because when he's back there, shit get broken.
Oh, damn. That's the reason why. That's the only reason. Damn.
Hey, we want to thank all the brothers behind the scenes. Officer Alicia, Officer Zedaniah, Officer Nathaniel, Uzziah, Caleb, Emmanuel, Soldiers Patil, Soldier Ithon, brother Kai ain't been here half the show.
Oh, he
Kai went on. Officer, yeah, we got, I don't know, he probably went to go to sleep. You know that Jew can't hang. We be on the road, rolling. The kitchen team, Sister Tahilia, Sister LaShawn from the house, and Chloe from the house, Officer Carmela, and Sister Avia from the house, Officer Yali. Thank y'all for the great breakfast. Thank y'all for tuning in to Patient Saints Radio. Here is a listing that we do every show about our brothers and sisters who are missing in our communities. Make sure you keep an eye out for our brothers and sisters, and if you put eyes on them or you see them, be sure to contact your local law enforcement. Israel, and with that, we say shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, shalom, y'all.
You done back there, huh?
Our people have no idea what the truth is. That's why we're out here, to give you the truth. Psalms chapter 119, verse 142. Read. Psalms chapter 119 and verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy love is the